Fire in the belly, ice in the head, and lips on the words on the lips even of Liam McLeod, who is going to be our guide through this match here at Fir Park tonight. Potentially seismic consequences. Over to you, Liam.
How often are we going to be seeing that this week? 7 days between Hearts and potential immortality. Here is a simple fact: by this time next week, Heart and Midlothian could be Scottish champions. It could be their champions before then. They are so close they can almost touch the silverware. A week tomorrow, the open-top bus might be parading down through Haymarket, Dalry Road, and into the heart of Gorgie to scenes of wild celebration, the like of which anyone under the age of 70 with hearts in their heart will never have seen before, never have felt before, never have dreamt would ever be possible again. Yet here they are, 3 wins away, maybe only 2 wins away, maybe just 1 win away. That'll depend on tomorrow and Wednesday as they come to Fir Park. A seismic evening in North Lanarkshire as Hearts in their change colours, the white shirt with the maroon pinstripe, prepared to kick off, shooting from right to left, defending the southern end of the stadium where their supporters have sold out the away allocation. Motherwell in the claret and amber have their own battle ahead of them as they try and react to Hibernian's convincing win at Falkirk in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Blair Spittle, former Steelman, will kick the game off. First start for a while for him. Lays it back to Shankland, who launches it long up to the edge of the Motherwell box, where the returning Liam Gordon gets his head onto it. Slattery on this near side. Then Elliot Watt has it pinched off him, and Kingsley comes down the left, gets a cross into the Motherwell box, which sails across the goal frame. And behind there for the goal kick to the Steelmen, who take quickly. Hearts at Fir Park. There's only been one visiting team that's won here in the league this season. That was Falkirk. They've done it twice. As Motherwell come forward down the left, there's a cross into the Hearts box. Slattery with a header, and Swallow dives to his left to keep it out. Bright start from both teams. The first chance comes for the Well, and it was a fantastic diving header from Slattery. Just couldn't get it past Alexander Swallow in the opening minute of the game. 0-0, but Alan Preston, Motherwell in immediately there.
Great, but Matt Leonard switches off, doesn't go with the runner. He's got to go with the runner. Maswanisi eventually is played down the line. It's a good ball in, good header, comfortable save from Swallow, I've got to say, but great start from Motherwell.
Yeah, Motherwell have their own agenda. They've been called kingmakers. They've been described as a joy to watch, but they want 4th and guaranteed European football for the first time since 2022 as they look to exorcise the ghosts of Sligo Rovers once and for all. There is no denying, though, that they will have a big say on who wins the title, having denied Martin O'Neill in his last league game as Celtic boss in 2005.
Sorry, Liam, he's away again. Just Leonard's got to open his body and find out where Just is. Steinbender, he's got the man-to-man on Longelo, but if Just runs off the back of Leonard, it's a real problem for Hearts, even at this early stage. Well, we're a minute into it.
Problem for Motherwell, though. It's a foul on Braga by O'Donnell on this near side, and the Motherwell set up, Stephen.
It was talking about back 5, wasn't it, or back 3? I think it looks a traditional back 4, but this is an area of the pitch where Motherwell have to be careful. The threat that Hearts have from set plays, you can't afford to give balls or free kicks away in the final third. Hearts are dominant, they're strong, they score so many goals, so Motherwell have to be careful.
Yeah, they're the set-piece kings, Hearts, this season in terms of goals. 2 minutes in, they have the free kick into the Motherwell box. It comes, it's headed halfway to the edge of the box. Altena flicks it out with a head to that far side where Finlay swivels and launches it up high along the 18-yard line. Braga to Shankland with his back to goal. Hails it in the chest, rolls it back to Beningame. Now it's with Kingsley, who sweeps it back with the left foot into the centre circle for Steinbender, who finds Beningame, who goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Motherwell 0, Hearts 0 in the very, very early stages here at Fir Park, with that Celtic Rangers game to come tomorrow. How much pressure can Hearts put on the defending champions ahead of that one? Watt caught dithering on the ball, but it's a foul against Mark Leonard, says Dave. It's Altena, says Stephen McLean, he's the referee, and it will be a Motherwell free kick left of the centre circle and just inside Hearts territory.
Yeah, I think that's where Elliot Watt has to be careful. He should recognise the game's 100%, or sorry, 100 miles an hour. You're not going to get 4 or 5 seconds in the ball in midfield. You've got to move it quickly.
Elijah just picks up in the left, midway inside the Hearts half, just rolls it back the way to Welsh, who has it just left of the centre circle again. He fires it, switching it to Slattery on the right, and to the Motherwell captain O'Donnell on the near side touchline, who shifts it infield to Watt. Now back to O'Donnell, who goes all the way back to Liam Gordon. It's his 10th league start, but it's his first since the early days of December in the league. Did start that Scottish Cup tie at Pittodrie against Aberdeen, in which he was sent off controversially in, as he leaves it short to Watt on the turn. Took a chance against Spittle, who was snapping at his heels. Back to Gordon now with Oscar Priestman. Is it nicked off him by the sliding Leonard? Now Shankland's onto it, clicks it with the outside of the boot, fights Spittle, right side, Altena shoots, saved, Shankland's there, the follow-up, and what a block! Block of the season by Stephen O'Donnell. Lawrence Shankland's got his head in his hands. He's waiting to wheel away in celebration, but somehow O'Donnell slides in to keep it out, and Motherwell get away with a big one there, particularly perhaps Callum Ward, who made the initial save. It stays 0-0.
Ah, brilliant. I thought it was going in the back of the net. Who would you want it to fall to? Lawrence Shankland, but you've got to say, what a piece of defending. That is world-class defending. Doesn't give it up. Great block.
Corner Hearts, though, it's still alive for them here. How important is that block going to be come next Saturday afternoon? Leonard's corner into the area, it's headed away by O'Donnell. Longelo goes after it on the far side, slips it forward to O'Donnell. Now Motherwell will look to spring Hearts on the counter here. Driving down the left, it's O'Donnell. Forward it comes to Saeed. Maswanise is in space in the middle. Saeed with the low ball across, is cut out by Kingsley and picked up by Beningame, who dumps it out for a Motherwell throw-in. It's gone from one end to the other, and Jens Bertalascu down there is signalling to the Motherwell fans to give them as much backing as possible. Already just 5 minutes on the clock.
Well, if the opening 5 minutes and anything to go by, we're in for an absolute cracker.
Saeed with the cross, it's headed away by Finlay, more height and distance around the 18-yard line. Watt tries to get onto it, flicks it back to Gordon, who finds O'Donnell, who goes all the way back there towards Stephen Craig. And I mean, I'm waiting to call a Shankland goal there.
I said finishing 0-0. As I said earlier, there's not a hope in hell this has got to be 0-0.
You just think when it comes to Shankland, he thinks he just has to tap it in. I don't think he's even aware of O'Donnell.
There's a long ball out to side, he's onside at the moment, knocks it off Kingsley, but the flag does go up eventually. Kenny McInnes down there, very animated.
It's Altena. He's letting Altena's came as a right back. He's not the best defensively, and he's letting people run off him. So Derek's having a right go at him there, and rightly so. He's just letting man after man run off him. It's not all about being on the ball. You've got to do it defensively as well.
Alan, the problem is Elijah just starts on him. As play builds up, he comes in as an extra number 10, and Altena or even Stan Van, they don't know whether to go in or not. And the minute they move, Longelo's on his bike, so they're trying to draw someone into the centre of the pitch so they can get Longelo down the left-hand side, and you have to keep an eye on that.
Follow, long ball with the right foot down this near side, where it bounces harmlessly out for a throw into Motherwell, level with their own 18-yard line on the main stand side. Hearts shooting towards the Davy Cooper stand in this first half. For Motherwell, Ward in goal. We've got O'Donnell, Gordon, Welsh, Longelo, Priestman and Watt in the middle with Slattery, Saeed, Just, and Maswanise. For Hearts, follow in goal Steinbender, Halkett, Finlay, Kingsley, Altena, Beningame, Leonard, Spittle, Braga, Shankland. Long ball down this near side, and Halkett sees it out for a Hearts throw-in, level with the edge of the D of their own box.
You think about the opening minutes of the game, Motherwell's good play. Goal kick, almost score a goal, but then overplaying the bad side of it, the risky side, overplaying. Priestman takes a heavy touch in midfield and suddenly they almost concede. So they have to make sure they get the balance right of when they play, when they don't play, recognition of where the opposition are, but certainly when they get the ball moving, they're a massive threat.
They've actually been okay for a year now. They only lost one of their final 6 games last season, meaning they've only lost 9 of the last 41 in the Premiership. A fabulous record, as it's turned out by Liam Gordon for a throw-in to Hearts beyond the midway point of the Motherwell half, and Stephen Kingsley's already down on the ball here on this near side, a bit further back than where Kingsley's wanting to take it though. He wanted to take it level with the penalty spot. He's been told to get back by referee McLean. He takes it short to Spittle, who controls, sweeps the cross into the box, just too high for Claudio Braga, and O'Donnell's onto it over on the far side. He plays it infield to Priestman. Priestman on the turn, short ball to Watt, back to Welsh inside his own penalty area, having helped his parent club with the win at Ibrox recently, looking to do likewise this evening. against the title rivals that remain. As Gordon rolls it up the line here for Slattery. Goes back to Watt, long ball. Maswanise chases, but Findlay gets there first and sweeps it up to the halfway line. A couple of players collide. Leonard and Spittle, they both get back up. It's Shankland as well to toe it out to Altena, who's popped up on the left side for Hearts here. On the turn, holding off Elliot Watt, being fouled by Elliot Watt. Free kick Hearts. And again, it's a chance potentially for Findlay and Halkett to get up there into the box, try and cause havoc.
That shows you how big Shankland is in this team. He just held the ball up in between 2 and 3 men, but toe pokes it to Altena. Hearts have won a free kick.
That's where Shankland's game's really stepped up in the last 3-4 years, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's what he'll bring for Scotland, hopefully, in the World Cup as well. Linking up with him against and McTominay's running off him if he starts.
9 minutes in, 0-0. Leonard and Kingsley over the free kick. Few yards from the near side touchline. Kingsley bends it in. It's too close to Ward, though, who holds on with both gloves. 7 or 8 yards from goal. He holds on to it. So goalless here. The opening 9 minutes. And it's with Elliot Watt getting it from his keeper at the edge of his box, back into it for Gordon, down by the byline really. And then O'Donnell goes back to Gordon, who goes back to his goalkeeper. Hearts of 4 in the attacking third right now, with Motherwell holding on to possession deep inside their own half. Ward rolls it into midfield for Slattery, he goes back to Gordon. Just on the right side of the defence. A big evening for Liam Gordon. Double Cup winner at St Johnstone. He dinks it out to Welsh on the far side. Forward to Just. He turns it back to Watt. Another reason, an absolutely wonderful season. His pass goes awry though this time, straight to Leonard, who finds Braga, and then Leonard goes back to Findlay. He turns it back to Halkett. They really are taking things in their stride, Hearts. Any bumps in the road been temporary this season. They have benefited from having a lighter fixture card than all the other teams, not by choice. They'd rather have gone through in the 2 domestic cup competitions, lost out the first hurdle and penalties in both to St Mirren and Falkirk, but it really has, and with no European football, it really has allowed Derek McInnes to laser in on this title tilt. As Halkett rolls it out wide right, it's with Steinvender, infield to Altena. He skips back into his own half, squares it right to left of the centre circle for Leonard. This is a positive start by Hearts. We've been so used to Motherwell bossing possession against all and sundry, but it is Hearts who are controlling proceedings, still in the infancy of this one, as Halkett goes back to Leonard, who pops up between the 2 centre backs and goes all the way back to Swallow. Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
It feels like a bit of a game of chess at the minute, isn't it? When you have the ball, the opposition are trying to work out what they're trying to do, ball turns over, then the other team do the exact same thing. So it's about dealing with the ball and making sure you take care of it.
Loose ball by Beningame, but he gets away with it. He's back on the second ball after that. And it's with Leonard in the centre circle, rolls it along the grass to Spittle, and out wide left here for Kingsley. Hearts trying to attack here, it's back to Spittle. Spittle looks up, it's a big switch from left to right, out to Steinvender, who controls in the chest and turns it back to Halkett, right of the centre circle, then out to Leonard on this near side. They felt their way into this game superbly well, have Hearts, Alan.
Yeah, they have a lot of touches of the ball, had the best chance so far.
Both teams have had an opportunity though, and here's Claudio Braga trying to sculpt one here down the right. He drives, runs into traffic though, and it breaks kindly for Longelo on the far side. It was he who gave Motherwell a lead at Tynecastle a few weeks back, as O'Donnell collects from Watt up towards the halfway line. Saeed thought about running in behind Kingsley, still it's O'Donnell, leaves it to Saeed at close quarters. Saeed comes in field and gets caught in 2 minds as he tried to slip it to Maswanise, wasn't on the same page. Halkett picks up with ease and rolls it back to his keeper, and it's followed to Findlay and out to this left side for Kingsley, infield to Leonard and then to Stuart Findlay again, and Halkett picks up another magnificent performance from him against Rangers on Monday evening. And for anyone who has Nice things to say about Craig Halkett. They'll be absolutely delighted, Alan, supporters of Craig Halkett, that he's managed to get through this season injury-free, given the problems he's had.
Yeah, I watched him last year and I thought maybe his time was up at Hearts, but he went away and he come back really slim. Pre-season under the manager. I think Derek spoke to him over the phone when he got the job, and he's been absolutely brilliant. He can head the ball further than I can kick it, or I've been, even when I was in my, I wouldn't say prime because I was never there, but he heads the ball further than anything.
13 minutes in, it is goalless at Fir Park. Long ball out it goes for a Motherwell throw-in from this near side touchline level of the 18-yard line. Motherwell haven't been in great form. 1 win in 7. The win was at Ibrox, as it's bowled into the box by O'Donnell for Welsh, and then out to Longelo on the left. He fancies his chances as he drives away from Steinbender, who slides in, gets a touch onto it, but it's going to be back to Longelo, who gets it from Masranisi. Still Longelo goes, driving in the left. He's on his own at the moment. Others in clad and amber arriving in the box now. Longelo being shepherded by Beningame, plays it to Masranisi. Wanted too long, but he's managed to squeeze into Watt. Brilliant challenging in the midfield by Spittle. Hearts have it back, they've got an advantage. Well, it might get brought back by Stephen McLean. No, he
should get brought back.
Obviously felt it had gone on long enough there. There was a foul just before that on Altena. Motherwell come forward with Elijah Just dancing his way to the edge of the Motherwell box. He goes down, no free kick. Longelo picks up anyway, rolls it into the box. Masranisi in the edge of the area, he turns, he shoots over. It's this Motherwell nil, Hearts nil.
He's got to book Elijah Just for that challenge, surely.
He has done. He's about to.
And I agree it's a booking, but Hearts travelled 20 yards and then give the ball away. You can't then go back and say, well, listen, have a free kick just in case. The person in possession of the ball has to make a better choice. Hearts had a really good attempt of a counter-attack. Because someone decided to dwell on the ball then, no, you don't bring it back, you allow play to go on. It's their own fault to give the ball away after that.
Motherwell nil, Hearts nil. Knocking on 15 minutes. What's Askew thinking about this game so far? Well, been second best, but they're obviously looking dangerous on the counter.
Barring the chance that Law and Shankland had, Hearts have had possession. The problem is it's without purpose. It's knocking the ball around without making any inroads going up the pitch with Motherwell. So possession's fine when it's in front of you, but the ball in behind and pressure on you is a different story. So I think he'll be calm.
Lovely turn by Elliot Watt in the midfield, rolls it forward in the centre circle. Masranisi again wasn't quite on the same page. Split second early, they might have got onto it. Hearts have come forward, it's broken down though, and Welsh picks up and finds Saeed, stabs it forward to Slattery. Across comes Findlay to put it out into the main stand for a Motherwell throw-in, level with the edge of the centre circle in the Hearts half. Taken quickly by Slattery to O'Donnell, back to Slattery, infield to Saeed, finds O'Donnell, plays it infield to Watt. Saeed's out in the near side touchline, and once more it breaks down. Hearts have
got to be really careful here, because Motherwell have got so many forward runners that when one vacates his space, another one goes in. That time Slattery runs off the back of Spittle. Spittle just lets him go. He eventually apologises, Spittle. We can't afford to do that.
It's ball watching.
Yeah,
they're too busy watching the ball, what's going on. And I've watched Motherwell train, I've watched how they do it. They continually run off the back of people. The minute they switch off and turn their back, the players run forward.
Just felt he was fouled by Leonard there. It's broken to Halkett, long ball forward. Gordon's underneath it. O'Donnell with the cushion header in field, and Watt nods it back to his keeper. Carlin Ward, he's kept 20 clean sheets in his 40 appearances coming into this one, this season. Every goalkeeper would sign up to a 50% clean sheet ratio.
And every centre-half as well, Liam. Don't forget those guys.
No, they're quite important as well. Here come Hearts. Braga. Well, he's done well, he's got away from 2 or 3 challenges. Lovely 360 turn. He's now in the Motherwell box, but he is overcrowded, and it's won back by Watt, and then Slattery pulled to the ground by Braga, and the Motherwell fans will want a yellow card for Claudio Braga.
Yeah, I think they're very right to ask the question. Stopping a promise in the attack is pulling someone's arm, pulling their jersey. The laws of the game don't change, irrespective of whether it's in your own defensive third or your attacking third. It's very naive from Braga.
Yep, totally agree. I think he's lucky there.
Fantastic season he's had. Braga 17 goals. Shankland edged ahead of him the other night with a winner against Rangers. So he took his tally up to 18. Ward plays it short to Gordon just outside his box. A long ball. That's when he wasn't again expecting that. So they haven't really been playing with Liam Gordon, the same team, terribly often this season. Earlier in the top 6 it was Falkirk 1, Hibernian 3. In the bottom 6, Aberdeen 2, 10-man Dundee United 0, Dundee 3, Livingston 0. And what a victory for Kilmarnock and Paisley against St Mirren, as they won 3-0, and they could have scored more. Hearts have it wide on the right side with Steinwender in the Motherwell half. Under pressure, he turns it all the way back to Halkett, pushes it in the midfield for Beningame, gives it back to Halkett, first time square ball to Findlay, who knocks it centre forward there to Spittle in the centre circle. Lovely threaded ball out to the far side there for Steinwender. Rolls it back to Leonard. Still no breakthrough here at Fir Park. It's Hearts on the ball. Findlay low ball out to Kingsley on the left infield. It comes there to Spittle, back to Kingsley, up the line for Findlay. His ball forward, cut out by Slattery, and Hearts have a throw in just inside the Motherwell half on this near side as Findlay bowls it back to Halkett. Halkett looks up, goes long, comes off Said, and O'Donnell, and then Watt, back to Ward. Goalkeeper takes a touch with Shankland bearing down on him, rolls it to the left for Welsh, and then to Priestman, who goes back to his keeper. Takes it up towards the...
He goes again, just as off Leonard again.
Yeah, long one towards Elijah. Just can he find him? Yes, he can. It's a wonderful long ball driving down the left. It's Just. Leonard sticks with him. Just still on it though. Forced away from goal. Lays it back to Oscar Priestman. Out to the left for Longelo. Longelo squeezes it infield to Just. And is back to goal. Finds Watt. Forward to Just. Square ball edge of the area for Said. Skips away from the challenger Braga. Out wide right for O'Donnell. His cross is cut out at shores by Kingsley, but at the expense of Motherwell's first corner of the piece. It is Motherwell 0, Hearts 0, but in the 20th minute.
Brilliant play by Motherwell, and I have to say it's by design. It isn't just by chance that Elijah Just suddenly runs off Mark Leonard and gets in behind. This will have been studied, this will have been spoken about. It's something we haven't kind of touched on an awful lot, but Mark Leonard is ball watching. He's completely unaware of where Elijah Just is, and that could cause Hearts a massive problem going forward.
Where Just is right now is over this corner on the Motherwell right as they attack the goal to the right. The Hearts supporters here in their thousands in behind that goal. Just waits to take left-footed corner coming up in swinger, and it comes towards the back post. Welsh wins the header, but he heads it well wide, good few feet wide of the left-hand post, and it stays goalless in North Lanarkshire.
Yeah, it's a decent challenge there. Didn't get enough in it. Welsh, good ball in from Elijah Just, but he's the one that's the problem, Stephen. Certainly the problem, and Leonard has to be aware. It's all right, but Leonard being on the ball and looking good when he gets it, always shown for it. It's the defensive side, especially with Just. Terrific footballer, finds the pockets of space.
I'd also say Motherwell, I think tonight are playing without a centre forward because they're allowing Craig Halkett and Stuart Findlay to start the play and try and build the play. Motherwell are trying to set traps, allowing these guys to the ball. Once the ball's rolled in straight or it's a slack pass, they're looking to go and press, but they're more than happy for the Hearts centre halves to have the possession of the ball.
Hearts are unbeaten in their last 6 against Motherwell, including the 3 meetings this season, 3-3 and 3-1 at home. And the goalless draw here is Kingsley takes a throw in, a header from Shankland out wide left for Braga. O'Donnell there for company, Said now there too, but Braga's dug it out back to Kingsley. Left foot cross comes in, can't find Shankland, it sails all the way through to the Motherwell left back Longelo, who dumps it forward up towards halfway. Halkett wins the header easily against Masvinise and finds Leonard, and then out to the right there it goes to Steinwender, who dinks it forward. Braga will chase, but it's going to come all the way through to Callum Ward, who bowls it outside his box here for Motherwell to come forward with Watt, who is wondering where to go next, rolling the ball under his feet, and he's moonwalking back towards his own goal here. Where's he going to go? Eventually it's a square ball to his right for Gordon. Gordon then out to O'Donnell on this near side. The Motherwell players so well drilled by Jens Bertalascu. And will feel harshly dealt with the fact they've only taken 2 points out of 9 against Hearts this season. Long ball, Gordon looking for Masvinise, flags up, he's offside. And a few bits of sloppy play from Tawanda Masvinise in the opening quarter of this game. We're just about the end of that opening quarter, 22 on the clock. It's Hearts trying their utmost to go 6 clear of Celtic ahead of that derby with Rangers tomorrow, but it is 0-0 at Fir Park.
And Findlay's down, he's not really moved.
It was an awkward landing there.
Masvinise seemingly with
I don't know if it was an arm bump potentially, because he came from behind him because he was from an offside position, wasn't he? He kind of challenged Stuart Findlay from behind, so he certainly looks in a little bit of discomfort. But that's Masvinise's lots of pace. Why does he need to try and steal a yard? How often have we witnessed it when he gets in a race with a centre half, he more often than not comes out on top. We're getting on, so he's just got to time his runs a little bit better.
He's down here taking on some instructions now to Anda Masmanisi, still the league's top scorer. 22 goals for him this season, and over the last sort of 15 years, Motherwell have had some excellent goal scorers. So Michael Higdon, Kevin Van Veen, Theo Baer, and Masmanisi has completely and utterly outperformed his first season at the club last time around. He was at 6 goals last season, but he was still joint top scorer. Callum Slattery, he blitzed through the opening half of this campaign. Hasn't been scoring as many in recent times, but he's still such an important player for this Motherwell team. It's going to be game on. Looks like Stuart Findlay's going to be okay to come back on as well as soon as Swallow takes this goal kick. It is long ball from the big German, right down the middle of the park. The header from Liam Gordon back towards the halfway line. Leonard heads it back towards the Motherwell box. O'Donnell heads it half away. Spittle dinks it forward, can't find a teammate, and it comes all the way through to Callum Ward. The game's settled down a little bit as Welsh gets it from his goalkeeper and drives up towards the halfway line. Rolls it to Longelo to his left, back to Welsh. Thinks Longelo's going to get back onto the return ball, which he has. Level with the 6-yard line now. Longelo taking on Halkett. There's 3 or 4 in claret and amber in the middle, but eventually Halkett deals and just swats him aside after pinching the ball back from him. It's standing defending once again as Braga goes down on the far side. Motherwell have the ball, no foul, and it's collected here by Slattery. And infield to Watts, a long ball looking for Masmanisi in behind Halkett, who misses it this time. Masmanisi chasing, Steinbender's there as well. Masmanisi keeps it in play with the back heel for Longelo, attacking the left side of the box into the area, pulls it across, it's in! Motherwell in front! Saeed was there, might have come off the defender. Fabulous play down the left there. Masmanisi, and then Longelo fires it across, and it bounces into the net. Over the line it went. Scrappy, as you will see. Motherwell and their supporters who are bunched into Fir Park tonight don't care. They want to get their passports out for next season. But Hearts, for the 4th successive match, are behind as they chase the title. It is Motherwell 1, Heart of Midlothian 0.
And you kind of felt that if Motherwell were going to get a goal or any kind of success, it was going to come down that left-hand side. The running power of Emmanuel Longelo, the running power of Tawanda Maswanisi, and it's a perfect scenario. He wants to be up against Craig Halkett. He's got lots of strength, but he doesn't turn well. He doesn't have great pace at times. There's lots of grass in behind him. The pass from Elliot Watt is absolutely sublime. It takes Halkett out of play. Maswanisi, a little bit of magic back heel. Longelo down the outside, and the opposite wide man getting into the box. And out of nothing, Motherwell have the lead.
Yeah, good goal, great ball in. I don't know who's actually scored it, if it's Saeed's got it or if it's an own goal.
We're thinking it's a Kingsley own goal. It's gone down as a Longelo goal in the ledger very early on, but there was at least one other player touched that when he fired it across. Not much Swallow could do about that. Hearts are behind, as they were at home to Motherwell, as they were in Easter Road, as they were on Monday against Rangers. They've dug deep in recent times, and Alan Preston, they're going to have to dig deep again here in North Lanarkshire.
Yeah, they are. They're going to have to make sure that they're resolute, they're tight, they're matching runners, which for some periods of that, the opening 26 minutes they've not been doing. It's a ball down the line. It's only Saeed's only one, I think, in the box for Motherwell, and he tries to get across Kingsley. Kingsley must have knocked it into his own net, but it's a
goalkeeper, no. And the goalkeeper come out full stretch. We haven't had the chance to see it back, but as soon as the cross came in, I thought goalkeeper's going to catch this, because it wasn't as if it was 9-10 yards out. It was only 3 or 4 yards out, so interesting to see.
It's now changed to a Kingsley OG officially now. As Callum Ward rolls it low to his right for Liam Gordon. Motherwell have to react to that Hibs victory earlier on as they try and stave off the Edinburgh side in the battle to finish 4th. Guaranteed Conference League qualifiers. Long ball from the
He's away
goalkeeper.
again,
Ward. He's got Saeed to his right, finds him. Saeed burrowing his way into the area. The break of the ball favours Beningame though. Back to Findlay, who clears his lines. Now up to Shankland over on the far side, still in the Motherwell half. Turns away from two home players and finds Altena, who finds Steinbrenner on the right. Infield to Leonard. Now, Motherwell, for a long part of this season, were impregnable here at Fir Park. As Stuart Findlay marauds all the way up the pitch and wins a corner. Well, he's run about 60 yards there, if not more, as he drove all the way up to the edge of the box and he dinks it off the defender, and Hearts have a corner as they look for a quick fire equaliser. They trail 1-0 on 28 minutes.
It's the kind of game where they're sort of going man for man, so if you beat your man, you're away and no one else comes to challenge. That was the case here with Findlay. He runs 60 yards unchallenged, really.
Mark Leonard over the corner. The Hearts fans up the other end of Fir Park hoping they can hit back with immediate retaliation here, and it comes. It bounces towards the box, towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared. Hearts have a man down. I think it's Kingsley, and the ref's going to have to stop play. As a result of that, it looked like just for a moment as though Hearts were going to get a clean header on goal. And Kingsley's down. He's going to require treatment, and it is Motherwell 1, Hearts 0 on 29 minutes. And Stephen Craigan's been a quite incredible season. You can't really predict what's going to happen next, and once again Hearts are going to have to go to the well if they're going to, no pun intended, if they're going to put the pressure on Celtic tomorrow.
Well, you think this is the 4th time these sides have met this season, and 3 times Motherwell have taken the lead.
Yeah.
And they've got 2 points out of 9. So this game ain't over by any stretch of the imagination. But you talk about learnings from games, you talk about how you make things better. Well, protect your lead a little bit better, don't take any risks. That's what they've got to learn from the games they've played against Hearts so far. They know they have a threat, they know they'll come good at some stage, they'll have their opportunities. I thought Motherwell were a little bit untidy with that set play. There was a nervousness around them, because there's determination from Hearts. When they get the opportunity to put the ball in the box, flood it, they've got aggression, so Motherwell have to be careful of that.
You just wonder if Kingsley doesn't make it. It'll be Jamie McCarthy, I would imagine it would come on.
You would imagine so. Now the problem that the Hearts have got here is that Motherwell have kept a clean sheet in 12 of their 17 home league matches before tonight. That's a phenomenal record.
Records broken all over the place this season in this league that we've had. It's been incredible, but they've been brilliant. The goalkeeper you touched on, these clean sheets he's had, the amount of games that they've not conceded here is incredible as well. And it's the manner that they do it, it's the way they play. You know, they play out from the back, they don't, very rarely does the keeper kick the ball. It's down and playing, and they play through the thirds. It's really good. It's
their away form, isn't it, or the away wins that have kind of killed their title challenge, because it looked for a while there, maybe 6 weeks ago, that they could potentially make a quadruple battle for the title. They've only won 5 out of 18 on the road in the Premiership.
It isn't for one reason or another. They maybe just haven't been as successful away from home. Clearly the opposition home team maybe have their own crowd. They come after the game a little bit more. Motherwell get exposed a little bit away from home. But here the pitch is glorious for them now. They have a real distinct way of what they're trying to do and how they play. And sitting here and watching it and understanding from watching them in training and watching it here, you can see it all happening. It goes in front of your eyes, the rotations, the movements. People think they're telepathic, but we work on it so often, they almost are telepathic at times. It's very difficult to stop once they get into flow. The running power, the dynamism they have as well. And more than anything, Liam, when the goalkeeper catches the ball from the set player across, the full-backs take off, the midfield players take off, so Hearts certainly won't have it their own way.
Hearts trailing Motherwell by 1-0. Busy old week coming up again, the final week of the domestic season. Final couple of weeks really, with the Premiership playoff final to come the week after the Premiership finishes off. Either side of the Scottish Cup final. Celtic Rangers live here on Sportsound tomorrow, midday kickoff in Parkhead. And then top 6 Tuesday, top 6 Wednesday. Hearts at home to Falkirk, hoping to turn this around and potentially have a party. Celtic are here at the same time. That goes out for a Motherwell throw-in as the game gets back underway and Stephen Kingsley's back in the pitch, okay to continue.
Yeah, well, what was odd, Motherwell breaking down the right-hand side and the fourth official waves Stephen Kingsley on, right where the ball is, and that's why Jens Brothalasky was going apoplectic. He's thinking, hold on, that's interfering with our play, it shouldn't be the case.
Parts of the ball here, Braga back to Beningame, now down the left-hand side touchline here for Altena, looking for Braga, and it bounces out harmlessly for a Motherwell throw-in on this near side. Stephen O'Donnell over it just inside his own half, in front of his manager. He's down there literally pointing the way for his team. 32 and a half played. Motherwell with a 1-0 lead. Kingsley OG. Welsh picks up, finds Longelo on the left, back to Stephen Welsh. Rolls it out to Emmanuel Longelo, another fantastic performer for Motherwell this season. He's on his bike again. Early ball in, this time's blocked by Halkett. Breaks to Just, nods it back out to Longelo, fires it across. Might break to Saeed, it went through Mazwanise, but Hearts can clear through Leonard. It was looking dangerous there. It was a fantastic improvised ball across by Longelo. His Hearts playing up the line through Spittle, goes out of play off Motherwell boot and out for Hearts, so a throw into them just midway inside their own half on this near side. And relief for Derek McInnes, Alan, that Stuart Findlay and Stephen Kingsley have both gone down in this game. They're both okay.
Yeah, hopefully they're alright. Like head knocks, both of them as well.
It's with Halkett inside his own box, back to Follow. Long ball with Mazwanise, almost caught him out there. He gets it clear into the Motherwell half. Braga can't control. It's swept back to his goalkeeper by Watt, and Ward plays it short to his left for Welsh.
Motherwell have a game exactly where they want it. It's what I spoke about at the top of the programme. Get the first goal, try and draw Hearts out. Someone will jump out of their shape, someone will take a risk, and that's when you can go and pierce some play in behind. Because the ease at which they get out of trouble and the ease at which they switch to play and how they receive the ball in midfield is a joy to watch. Clearly it's not over. We know Hearts can score late and all that going on, but at the minute, Motherwell are dictating the game.
You've got man for man again at the back. Mazwanise.
Motherwell won that.
Yeah, of course.
They're quite happy to go man for man. Other teams have done.
O'Donnell's away.
O'Donnell's driving, trying to get behind Kingsley. Kingsley reacts well, heads it clear from the Ward long ball. Findlay completes the clearance. Braga's offside. Free kick Motherwell.
Laziness. Centre forward laziness, Alan, for me.
Always the same. They need to get back on side. They like the glory, but you've got to get back on side. Really slack from Braga there.
And the thing about man for man is you've got to be prepared to run forward when your team have the ball. But you've also got to be prepared to turn and run back and do the hard yards when you don't have the ball, and that's where Motherwell will try and pose the question to the Hearts players.
There it goes again, they're away again.
Yeah,
Keeper kicks this one.
It's a dink ball this time to Saeed in the midfield, the halfway line, flicks it back infield, but only to Spittle's benefit. He finds Braga, his first time ball's in behind Shankland. Motherwell switched off on the far side. Longelo's away up the park. Braga's able to get there. Now it's with Leonard, looks up, right foot cross comes into the box, headed away by O'Donnell. Beningham's onto it, facing his own goal though. And Slattery put the pressure on, he puts it back into his own half for Halkett, who controls it and rolls it out to Steinvender on the right to Altena. His touch trying to take it round Longelo, but can't get to the goal side of Longelo. He sees it over the line for a throw-in to Motherwell over on that far side.
It's been a breathless game so far.
It has. And Hearts have at the edge of the Motherwell box because Motherwell were a little bit slack there, but Longelo is back onto it. Elijah Just back helping out as he plays it back here to Watt. Dink ball forward. Just tries to control. Hearts think by using an arm, and the referee agrees. Hearts have a free kick, which Beningame takes quickly to Leonard. They've gone behind 16 times in the league this season. Hearts, they've found equalisers on 11 occasions. They try and do likewise here. Recent practice at it, of course. It's Findlay under pressure from Just, gets it back to Follow. We've got 9 minutes left of the opening 45. Motherwell 1, Hearts 0.
Leonard again, really slack play, gives a short one to Kingsley, and Motherwell away again.
Saeed driving down the right, tries to get round Kingsley, but he's only managed to put it out for a Hearts throw-in. And Kingsley takes quickly to Leonard. Could be that there's another big half-time team talk coming up for Derek McInnes if they cannot find an equaliser between now and the interval.
And maybe a change as well.
Well, I mean, the changes had more than the desired effect against Rangers on Monday. So Spittle and Kizaridis, in fact Spittle came on, didn't he, at the half-time stage, the start of the second half. Kizaridis might be the option tonight.
They've just got to make sure that they match runners. You know, there's so many runners running off the back of them. But that's what Motherwell, as Stephen said, it's exactly what Motherwell want. They've been terrific at it again.
Halkett on the right, down the line for Steinvender. First time ball in field, struck out by Mazwanise, and out for a Hearts throwing up the pitch here, just beyond the midway point of the Motherwell half. Over on the east stand side. fabulous attendance inside Fir Park tonight. Both sets of supporters. Back with Leonard, plays it to the left side for Findlay, out to the touchline for Kingsley. It's a heavy touch which allows Saeed to nick in. He goes back to O'Donnell, take a chance against Braga, but then a bit of skill to shuffle away from Braga, and O'Donnell launches it clear. Maswanise chases. How can I love to be careful? He's been careful all season, he deals with it well. Findlay gets on to his clear inside to Kingsley on the near side, and field to Spittle, back to Kingsley now with Braga, then to Shankland. He goes back to Kingsley in his own half on the stretch, gets it back to Findlay, and back to Schwallow. 7 minutes of the opening 45 to play. Motherwell 1, Hearts 0. It is breathless.
It's been great stuff, really good. Motherwell, they're closing down as well. You can see them as soon as the Hearts player's on the ball, there's someone closing them right down, not giving them an inch.
Halkett short ball square to Leonard. He goes out to Findlay on this near side. Across the line, down the line for Spittle. Spittle up against his old club tonight. It's back to Findlay. Big switch, looking for Steinvender, but Longelo will protect it as it goes back to his keeper. And it's now with Callum Ward, the big man from Essex, keeping goal for Motherwell so well this season. Forward it comes to Slattery under pressure from Beningame. O'Donnell gets onto it, rifles it forward looking for Maswanise. Blocked by Halkett. Kingsley's onto it to Leonard, to Findlay, and back to Schwallow. The edge of his box. Long ball forward with the right foot. Underneath it, Liam Gordon calmly chests it to Welsh. Goes back to his keeper, Shankland chases it. It's to no avail because the keeper's managed to roll it out to O'Donnell on the near side. Now it's with Slattery looking to keep it in play on the near side. He has done, but only to the benefit of Braga, who plays it into Spittle. Forward to Shankland, cut out by Gordon. Altena's onto it. What a battle it is out there as Halkett squares it to Findlay in his own half. The fans are reacting to it as well.
It's good stuff, you know, it really is. There's no quarter given by either team, to be honest.
It's Leonard in the centre circle, low ball out to Findlay on this near side. Forward to Spittle, back to Findlay, and in field to Leonard. Hearts trying to find this equaliser. So we're ever closer to the half-time whistle. 5 minutes to 45 to play. I reckon there's probably going to be about 3 minutes added on top of that. Spittle fires it out wide right for Steinvender. Takes a touch, crosses into the Motherwell box with the right foot. Knocked away by Watt. Out to the far side. Halkett goes straight to Maswanise. He's looking to get in behind him, but played by Steinvender. Reacted well and gets it back to Schwallow from over on that far side touchliner. He had one of his finest games in a Hearts shirt the other night against Rangers, did Steinvender.
Yeah, that's not his natural position as well. He's playing as a centre half, playing out of position at right back, but he was terrific, really was. He gets maligned by some Hearts fans, but
yeah,
the guy gives his all every time you see him.
So Leonard on this near side, right foot flicks it with the outside of the boot, looking for Braga. He's going to find him as well. Braga's in the box, looking to win at least a corner. He's at the byline, plays it off Gordon, and from his position on the deck can only touch it behind for the goal kick to Motherwell, who lead 1-0.
That's one of the few times that Hearts have managed to get behind the Motherwell back line. Probably that's what Derek wants, is Claudio Braga against Liam Gordon. Liam hasn't played for an awful long time. Braga has been sharp and been bright. Liam Gordon, I think, has actually had a really strong game. His possession of the ball, his positioning, always important, always difficult, Liam, when you're not playing on a side who play a certain way and you're not playing every week, to come into it and just get into it and get that fluency, but he has.
Well, he was a youth player at Hearts, wasn't he? Liam Gordon made the first team squad a couple of times. Here come Hearts. Kingsley forward to Braga, midway inside the Motherwell half. He finds Spittle. Now with Braga, he's managed to work it back to Beningame under heavy duress. Finds Leonard, scoops it out with the right foot to the right side for Steinvender. Under no pressure. Low ball infield to Spittle. Back out to Steinvender on the far side. Then back to Halkett, right of the centre circle. Hearts pushing here. Pushing for the equaliser. Leonard strides forward, finds Spittle the edge of the box. Now it's broken to Beningame. Beningame can find Kingsley wide on the left. In comes his cross. It's deep. It's ahead of Shankland, but it brings to Steinvender. Save, but Shankland's there! And Shankland rifles it into the net. Hearts level before the interval to send the visiting fans wild up the other end. He's always there. Lawrence Shankland, 19 for the season. And the skipper steps up when they need him the most yet again. It is Motherwell 1, Hearts 1. Though they they are checking it.
Yeah, they're checking for a push. I think Lawrence Shankland's pushed someone at the back stick.
Stephen Welch, I think, possibly. It's the first time they've had a little bit of sustained pressure in Motherwell's final third. And you always get the feeling the goal is going to come from across an open play or a set play, and that's exactly what's happened. Ball to the back post, Hearts outnumber Motherwell at the back post. Was Welsh fault? We don't know. We've only had one look at it in real time, but Lawrence Shankland, the man you want for the big moment.
Looking at Lawrence Shankland, he thinks it's just a coming together. Barrow look at it.
They are looking at it right this very second.
It's a decent hit from Altena at the back stick, good technique.
Greg Aitken is on VAR duty tonight. Stephen McLean is just holding up proceedings, so Hearts face a little nervy wait here. The goal's going to stand. It's going to stand. There'll be another cheer here. There you go. It's 1-1 at Fir Park, and Hearts yet again have come from behind. What character they are showing, Alan Preston.
Brilliant, absolutely magnificent. Motherwell are a joy to watch, they really are, but defensively at times they go a bit slack. We've seen that there. At that time's a decent hit from Altena, good save. But who do you want it to fall to? Lawrence Shankland whacks it into the back of the net. Great time to score as well, just before half-time, really crucial.
Shades of the chance he missed earlier on, in the respect that it was the goalkeeper who knocked it back into his path.
Well, there's a warning sign. You don't give Lawrence Shankland too many opportunities. You got away with one, you're certainly not going to get away with a second one. He's always sniffing about, he's always waiting for things to pop off the goalkeeper and second balls in. He's the man of the moment, Liam.
He absolutely is. Dropped plenty of points when he was out the team, out injured. But another reminder of what Shankland can do in front of goals if anyone needed it. That World Cup opener in, 5 weeks' time. He's got to be in the manager's thoughts for a start in that Haiti game. And we know his penchant for Shea Adams.
I would think he would. I would start on, but I don't think Steve Clark will. He's a man in form.
Oh, he absolutely is. That's
I would argue he's the best finisher out of the lot.
Well, he's now scored 6 in his last 7.5 games. Just at the right time, he's hit white hot form. And Hearts, exactly what Derek McInnes would have wanted, level before the break, and Braga put the pressure on Liam Gordon, who slides in to put it out for a Hearts throw-in. Hearts are finishing the first half strongly here. They are finishing it strongly. We're into the first of 4 minutes that have been added on at the end of the opening 45 here. It's 1-1 at Fir Park, and Stephen Kingsley's over the throw-in. Every single point, every single goal is so crucial at this time of the season. Remember, Hearts 5 goals better off, as well as 3 points better off than Celtic ahead of tonight. Kingsley's long thrown into the Motherwell box is bulleted away by Slattery. And now it's picked up by Steinvender, out to Kingsley's first time ball in field is cut out by Watt, who steps away from Shankland. It's a heavy touch and Spittle's onto it, rolls it left side of the penalty area here for Shankland, twisting, turning, his little dink ball to the right side of the penalty area is met by Emmanuel Longelo, who clears with the left foot, and suddenly Motherwell are just trying to get to half-time without going behind, Stephen.
They are, they've lost their composure a little bit, but it works two ways. Hearts have got the goal, their tails are up, they're more confident in the ball, they're more precise with their passing. Motherwell on the back foot.
Brilliant ball, Spittle out wide in the right. Steinvender controls, plays it off Longelo, no handball. Steinvender still has it. Longelo with the block, and then the header from Priestman goes back to Longelo. So overhead, scissors kick clearance is met there on the right by Leonard. He dinks it back towards the Motherwell box.
That's a penalty there.
Yeah.
I think it's a penalty.
Well, we'll find out. And the pillar in the way there, Alan. Don't know what you saw.
I didn't see much. I just seen the players, 3 or 4 of them putting their hands up.
Well, the guy in the stand over to the right away at the back, he saw it, he thinks it's a penalty kick.
He's right there, he's right.
He's 140 yards away.
Findlay, long ball forward's going to come all the way to Ward. And it looks as though any penalty appeal has fallen on deaf ears with regards to the VAR team. So there will be no on-field review for a penalty coming. We played 2 of the 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's Motherwell 1, Hearts 1, as Gordon squares it over to the other side of his penalty area for Welsh, for Longelo, and then back to Welsh. Motherwell just trying to steady themselves. They might need the half-time interval to do that.
Eliza Justice away again.
Ward looking for him. This time Leonard's underneath it, heads it back across the halfway line. Comes off Altena, but there's Gordon to flick it forward back into the Hearts half. Findlay with a header this time to the halfway line. Watt meets it with a header, breaks back to Findlay. Long ball into the Motherwell half. Gordon with a header this time. Then O'Donnell slices it forward down this right hand side, where Findlay keeps his eye on it, clears it down this touchline. So off Gordon's head's going to break for O'Donnell on this near side, who goes back to Ward. Motherwell must be sick of the sight of Hearts this season. They keep coming back at them.
It's been a brilliant opening half, it really has. Just to watch the way Motherwell play, the way that Hearts try and get themselves back into it. Just as you see Friesman walking out there.
And the goalkeeper take a chance again. Hearts are a man down.
Leonard's tipped one on his Achilles, it looks like.
Motherwell playing on with Elijah just driving down the right side. Beningame out of position on this near side. Cross comes in, takes a deflection off Beningame. It drops the near post for Swallow.
I think he's struggling, Leonard, looking at him, he's hopping away. He'll try and get to half time if he can, but he's saying he's done.
They do have Devlin on the
Leonard
bench.
says he's done, yeah.
Well, yes, it's a blow, but as I said, Devlin back on the bench. We'll find out now, Alan, how long Cammy Devlin's got in him, because if he comes on now, it's potentially the guts of an hour he might have to play, depending on injury time in the second half.
Just looking at Leonard there, he was hobbling back and he gestured that he's done. And he's right Achilles.
It's only, well, that's half time just now, so you'd almost say don't make the sub, get on half time, see how he is, assess. If there is an issue, make the sub, but I'd be very surprised if they make it now. That's 49 minutes, was 4 out of 1.
Played before, yeah.
He's saying hopefully it's an impact injury. One of the worst ones I've seen is an Achilles injury, Stephen, and it just goes, it's like you've been shot in the leg, and it just smacks, snaps, and
this match is
looking at him.
This match is level. Is that just about right in the balance of play?
I would say so. I think Shankland's early chance, Hearts have scored a goal, Motherwell with a good header early on, good goal. I think it's about right, I really do.
I think in the balance of play, Hearts started probably a little bit better. Motherwell got a grip of the game, they got the goal, and then for some reason they're sitting off. I mean, just around the goal time, they were sitting back, they were trying to go 2 banks to 5 effectively. Nobody was really putting any pressure on the ball.
Leonard's done.
Yeah, and the problem is then you allow teams to put crosses into the box who are good at that lane, then it goes against you. But yeah, I think it's fair.
Well, the half-time whistle's going, so whilst Leonard's done, it might be a case of just getting Devlin on there warmed up, Alan.
Yeah, I think he's got to come on. I don't think that he's not, by the looks of things, Mark Leonard's not going to be able to continue. You would have certainly thought he's done. He's gesturing over, the physio, they're speaking to the touchline.
So I mean, we see how fit Devlin actually is here.
Yeah, they maybe go and ask how he can, but he can hardly stand. He can't put his weight on it. He's not going to be able to survive this.
Derek was just speaking to the fourth official, and I'm guessing he's saying, is
there a point making the change now?
Yeah. Time's up, so let's just get the referee to blow the whistle. The minute the ball comes into play, the game will stop. So Derek won't be rushed at this moment in time.
Well, I wonder if he's had any assurances, because Hearts are down to 10 men now, and it's going to be a drop ball. So, I mean, I'm imagining this is dropped at it was Justin put the ball into the box to get deflection, but right through Schwallow. Imagine Schwallow launches this forward and the half-time whistle goes. I'm assuming McInnes has had that kind of reassurance.
Yeah, you would certainly think so, but I also don't think that Leonard's going to take part. You've seen him, he's been helped off the pitch there.
Oh, whistle's not going yet. Long ball forward side, gets onto it with his head, but there is the half-time whistle. My goodness, this has been end to end. It's been toing and froing, seesawing one way then the other. Hearts started the brighter but found themselves behind for the 4th game in a row. Longelo's cross in from the left turned into his own net by Stephen Kingsley. But Lawrence Shankland continuing his rich vein of scoring form as we moved into the 43rd minute. On the rebound, lashed it past Callum Ward and into the net, having missed a glorious opportunity with the scores at 0-0. Albeit he was denied by a quite outstanding block by Stephen O'Donnell that kept him out. Not too many clear-cut opportunities in the game, but it's kept us on our toes, that's for sure, as Hearts look to put pressure on Celtic, who play Rangers tomorrow. And of course Motherwell looking to react to that Hibernian win at Falkirk earlier on as well in their battle for Europe. A fascinating second half awaits, with Hearts forced into a change. Leonard coming off. Who's coming on? We'll find out in due course. But at half-time here at Fir Park, it is Motherwell 1, title-chasing Hearts 1.
Motherwell versus Hearts.
Live on Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland.
When they're racing across a faraway land, when the clock's ticking and money's dwindling, when you don't know how they'll make it to the next stop.
I can't believe they're so lost.
You got lost going to the supermarket.
It was just that one time.
Nothing brings us together like great TV. And a TV licence covers you to watch all TV channels, plus BBC iPlayer, so you can enjoy the journey of your favourite adventure travel show. It also funds everything you love from the BBC, including live radio like this.
Hello there, I was enjoying that trail so much, guys, I didn't realise it had finished. Pause for thought, perhaps. It's a 1-1 here at Fir Park. A finely poised match. I'm wondering, Tom English, has it lived up to his billing in your mind?
It certainly has, yeah. I think Motherwell were very classy for much of that first half. They're passing it around. There was a lot of cohesion, a lot of clarity in their play, a lot of danger. And I think Hearts really, really struggled to get to the pitch of the game. I think they were being a bit hit and hope for large parts of it. They couldn't get into any rhythm at all because Motherwell was so good. Motherwell looked so confident. You know, just the runs, the cleverness, the intelligence of what they were doing, creating space, just being excellent. Masmanisi, all of them, they were a really clever 35 to 40 minute performance.
You agree with that, Stephen?
Yeah, I think so, and that's why it was a disappointment when they conceded the goal, because it was at that moment where they needed to press on a little bit, maybe try and nick the ball and get a counter-attack, whereas they sat off, they allowed Hearts to pass the ball around, and Hearts are desperate to get the ball into a wide area because that's where they know they're going to get a little bit of success. They haven't had anything through the middle of the pitch, they haven't had the flair, the cohesion, the kind of conviction in the middle of the pitch, so they think, get it to Kingsley, get a cross in, get it to Steinbinder, get a cross in, Spittles threw a couple of crosses in, so Motherwell have to, for me, block that off. They allow the ball to go to Kingsley, stands it up to the back post, suddenly you see the Hearts jerseys flooding into the box, their eyes come alive, they know the player's in there, ball drops, strike, Ward pops it out and Lawrence Shankland is standing there, so on the balance of play, a draw is probably fair because Motherwell haven't created loads, but when you're leading 1-0 and then coming up to half time, it's a really poor time to lose a goal, and I think they look back at it and will be disappointed how they defended it.
I think Craig's, when they look at it again, I don't think they're going to be happy with Stephen Welsh because he's claiming a push in the back. He stays on the ground and the ball comes back in, and if he got up off his feet he could put Shankland off, but he doesn't. He's still on the ground, and not from the ground he's looking at Shankland knocking the ball in the net.
Because the thing is, VAR's there, and it's going to be a free kick.
Exactly.
Whether you lie down, Tom, or whether you stand up is irrelevant because the free kick's going to be given. So maybe it's just soft defending. I don't know. Stephen Welsh isn't the tallest. There is a slight nudge in the back, but it's nowhere near a foul. So yeah, you're right. You want your centre halves to be stronger in that position, particularly when you know crosses are coming in. Body shape is absolutely crucial, and I think he was square as opposed to shoulders being open.
It's mad though, isn't it? These Hearts comebacks. There's 5 games in a row they've fallen a goal behind, and now they're back level. I mean, it's just. Well, they ain't done until they're done.
I had scribbled down there, Stephen, that Derek McInnes might be tempted to make some sort of change, whether it was in attitude, tactics or personnel at half time. Then when they scored, I scored it out, and now we've got a player, Leonard, who clearly is not going to come out for the second half. He's going to have to make a change, but solely in personnel for you?
Yeah, I think so, because getting the goal certainly helps. Cammy Devlin coming in, Altena hasn't really had a lot of involvement in the game. You look throughout, Altena hasn't been involved in the game. Leonard has no real impact. He's going to go off. Spittle has drifted in and out of the game. Braga has ran about and he's looked busy, but he's not brought any real quality. Shankland had the chance, he should have scored. He had the goals, there were a couple of nice touches in midfield. So their key influential players in an attacking sense haven't really had the influence Derek would want them to have. And the key for them is their level in the game. So the message is, we can be better, we've got to be better, we've got to step up the tempo. The longer it goes at 1-1, the more Derek will have to roll the dice, the more he'll have to take more risks. This is a game They know if they win, they put huge pressure elsewhere on the big two. So as it stands, both managers will be reasonably happy, but Derek will think if we can get the next goal, then Motherwell will have to come out, then Hearts playing the counter-attack. So it's finely poised and it's brilliant.
Well, Alan Preston, you've rejoined us. You said before kick-off there was no way this was going to be 0-0, and you were proven correct.
Yeah, there's too many good attacking players on the pitch, and the way that the teams move about as well. I mean, Hearts even at set plays are dangerous. You've got Shankland on, the top goal scorer in the league. Maswanisi's been on fire as well at times this season. There's too many good players on this pitch, David, for it to end 0-0. You know, even the creative players, Longelo with the ball in, I think comes off Kingsley the goal. The second one, even Altena strike, good save by the keeper. The block early on at Shankland, you think he's going to score after a few minutes. You think they're going to put Hearts 1-0 up. It was incredible stuff.
Well, you said you didn't think he'd seen Stephen O'Donnell. I don't think I'd seen him until I saw the ball.
I honestly didn't. And you think he's going to just tap into the back of the net, and O'Donnell comes from nowhere and makes himself as big as he can. It's a wonderful block. It really was, because that could have given Hearts a real shot in the arm to start the game with. But Motherwell then go up the park. They're dangerous. They really are. It's runners. You've got to match runners. So many times.
That's been your mantra throughout that first half.
Eliza Just has been running off Mark Leonard for fun. Leonard just watches the ball, and then another time he runs off Spittle. They move all over the pitch, David. Don't get me wrong, it's so difficult to defend, and that's what Motherwell work on. Jens Bertolascu, Monday to Friday, will work on a plan to say, right, he'll switch off, this is what we want. There's times when they don't play with a centre forward, and Halkett and Finlay are standing looking around. Who do we pick up here? What do we do? Then they go into a midfield area, and someone from Motherwell will go behind them into the space they've just vacated.
Confuse your enemy.
Oh, completely. And it's working a treat for them.
But it's concentration. See, when you go man for man, if anything else, it's concentration. But also, as I said during the game, the willingness to run forward when your team have the ball, but also the willingness to run back when your team don't have the ball. Because Motherwell will test every facet off you. If you want to run one way and don't run the other, Motherwell will pick you off. So that's why it's a concentration level of not switching off, not feeling sorry for yourself, not looking at the ball. You've always got to think, where's my man? That's always been Derek's default tactic. When he was at Aberdeen, when he was at Kilmarnock, if things weren't going well, this team were under pressure, the other team had lots of the ball, it was like man for man. Just try and get grips, man for man, try and stop the flow, stop the attacks from the other team, and then we can build from there, and that's what they managed to do.
Sorry, Tom.
Sorry, DC.
You're sitting behind me, I forgot.
I'm lurking behind you. It's very different. I think this is a very different test for Hearts than the Monday night game. Monday night first half Rangers, there was a lot of power, a lot of physicality in Rangers. They were asking those type of questions. For tonight, Motherwell are asking more the rapier type questions rather than the bludgeon type questions, and they're finding the answers. Took them a while, Hearts, but with this character in the team and with this guy up front, Shankland, I mean, he's an outrageously good footballer.
Tom, where does he go with the World Cup for you? Does he start for Scotland?
Oh, without a doubt. For me, I don't think he will.
No, exactly. Yeah,
I hope he does, but for me it's an absolute no-brainer to end all no-brainers. Shankland can do all the bits that Adams and Dykes can do, plus he can score goals.
Yeah, he's a better finisher than both.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say he only needs one chance, Tom, but he needed two tonight.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Brilliant defending. I give all the credit to O'Donnell there. But second one, he didn't, it pops up, comes to it, pops up, and bang, the ball is in the back of the net before anyone is alive to the danger. There's a great stat about Shankland. Hearts have lost 5 league games this season. Shankland didn't play in 4 of them. So he's only lost 1 league game with Hearts this season. This guy is totemic for this team. He's a leader, he's the goal scorer, he's the go-to guy, and he's done it again tonight. A long way to go. Everyone has got massive respect for this Motherwell team and how lovely they are to watch. They're really, really lovely to watch. So there's going to be a lot of questions coming back at Hearts, but it's level and it's set up beautifully. I'm
just wondering, Stephen, Tom waxing loquacious there about Lawrence Shankland. How can you stop him?
Well, everybody's tried.
Just make sure you don't get the ball to him.
I mean, a lot of the stuff outside the box, he doesn't really get involved in. He has got better, his hold-up plays better, his game awareness is better. But ultimately, you're talking football about the game is won and lost in boxes. And if you're a team that's going to put the ball in the box more often than not, in an attacking sense, Lawrence Shankland's the man you want. You can't coach the instinct that he has. You can take young players out and you can try and encourage them to go into those positions and try and go here when the ball comes in, but Some players just have that knack of they just drift to where they think the ball's going to drop. And if you actually asked him to coach it to someone, I don't think he could either. He just goes on instinct all the time. It can't be luck that you're always in the right position at the right time. So he just has that edge and that sharpness, that awareness that Lyndon Dykes, I know we're talking Scotland, Lyndon Dykes doesn't have, and Jay Adams doesn't have, and all the rest of the Scotland centre forwards don't have what he has in and around the box. If you're going to be a team that's going to play in the counter-attack and absorb a lot of pressure and play with one striker, Lon Shankland ain't your man. But if you're going to play with two strikers and you're going to give them service and you're going to put the team the opposition in the back foot and put balls in the box, yes, he's your man.
So he's on the bench at the World Cup.
Yeah, he smells the danger, David. He knows where it's going to drop, and you have it. The strikers that we've had in Scotland over the years, and I'll go back to be John Robertson, Henrik Larsson, Ali McCoy, guys like that. You can't be lucky 250, 300 times, you know. And that's what people. Oh, you're lucky. No, you can't. You go into the areas where you know or you think that ball's going to drop, and when defenders are on their heels, they're on their toes, and that's the difference. Robbo used to expect the ball to drop to him in the goals, and he was so sharp in and around that 18-yard box. It was incredible. And Shankland's the same. He's not blessed with pace, but he's very clever. He's got a really clever brain on him. And when it comes to him dropped in the box or just outside the box, as we've seen on Monday with Rangers, that one, he peels out the box when everyone else is going in, because he can see the cutback coming, and he smashes it in the bottom corner for the Kingsley cutback. And tonight he's in the right place at the right time. But it's not luck.
It's almost a case when you're watching, you see the ball about to, like a Monday night as well, when the ball's coming to Shankland, you're like, that's a goal. And similarly, it's almost like things happen in slow motion when he's in the box. You just know he's going to be in the right spot.
You do, and that's the thing with him, you know, and normally is in the right spot. I always say to centre forwards, try and not go outside the width of the 18-yard box. The goals is where you want to be. That's where you make your money. That's where you get all the credit, all the headlines. And Shankland's in and around. He very rarely goes outside the width of the 6-yard box if he can help it, because he knows that ball's coming in, and he's desperate to get on the end of it. And he's been on the end of it so many times in his career.
Well, when you look at Shankland, so they're in the closing weeks of the season, closing in on this momentous thing, and in his last 4.5 games, he scored 4 goals. You know, these are guys. That's a guy with character, right? Not just ability, but a guy who can show that ability when the pressure is at absolute greatest. He's got better and better as the games have gone on, as the games have disappeared. It's 5 for the finish line, it's 4, it's 3. He's there every single time for Hearts.
And last year was a struggle for him, Tom. He had the problem with his contract. You know, he had the team wasn't playing well, they weren't creating chances. Inevitably, he was playing up on his own, and Stephen touched on, he can't play up on his own. He's got to play with a partner. Braga's a great foil for him. Lawrence can drop into the hole, and Braga can be the one that will go through. So he's just been a brilliant signing for Hearts. He really has. He's great at every club. He's exception, I would say, Aberdeen. Scored goals for Ian McCall at United. Dundee United, they banged him in. Got his move to Belgium. Back at Hearts now, and has been quite terrific.
Learnt his trade, of course, at St Mirren under Tomo as well.
What I would say, athletically, when you look at him, I don't think he's any different than what he was this time last year. But because he's found the back of the net, Hearts have had a better season as a team. No one's questioning his work rate or how he's going about. There was a lot of slurs thrown at him last season. He's out of shape, he's not fit, he's disinterested. There's a lot of things going on in his head, but I don't think he looked any different physically than what he is. But he's finding the back of the net, so that wipes all that away. So he's had to take that on and deal with that mentally, and he's coping no problem.
And there he is, leading Hearts out for the second half. Motherwell still in the dressing room. What's in store for us, Alan Preston?
I think you'll see a change. Kazaridas is coming on by the looks of it. So I just want, will Altena go and play one in?
Blair Spittle play one in, will he?
Yeah, but an Altena come off there and Kazaridas come on the wider area.
I'm assuming Leonard hasn't reappeared.
No, he won't reappear.
Altena.
So what are you expecting from Motherwell second half, Steve?
Well, I'm hoping a couple of goals and a 3-1 win, David. That would help me certainly. That would certainly please me tonight. But I think lots of action, lots of entertainment. Motherwell again will try and play their style of play. Hearts have got a little bit of success towards the end of the first half, so you'd imagine they'll come out fully galvanised. If they can replicate large parts of Monday night's second half performance, they win the game, irrespective of who they're playing. Motherwell will have to make sure that doesn't happen.
This tells me that Cammy Devlin's not 100% fit, because that's a straight swap. Leonard for Devlin, that is. He's now putting Altena in beside Beningame, which for me is a real concern, because Just was running off Leonard for fun, and he'll do the same here with Altena. He needs to be disciplined, Altena, in that area. Kazaridas, it's great that he's on Derek's side, because sometimes I think when he's on the opposite side for Derek McInnes, he gets lost. So Derek will be in Kizaridis' ear the whole time.
Well, that's referee Stephen McLean coming out to the centre circle with the ball. Second half is just about to begin, so it's time I handed you over to Liam.
Well, crucial Lauren Shankland goals have been worth an extra 12 points to Hearts coming into this one tonight. Will that be another crucial goal? They will lead to 1, or what they hope will be 3 points now, as they look to come from behind to win again. It's his 87th goal for Hearts in 168.5 appearances. He's also set up another 29. Worth his weight in gold as Motherwell kick off the second half, and an almighty 45 plus minutes coming up here at Fir Park. Motherwell, Nicole, Larratt and Amber going right to left, shooting towards the Davy Cooper stand. Hearts towards their swathes of fans off in the south stand, the giant stand off to our right. In their change colours, the white shirts with the maroon pinstripe, maroon shorts, white socks. And it's Shankland with the ball forward there to Kizaridis, who's just on. Early ball cut out by Welsh. Kizaridis is going to have to accept the first minute of the second half corner kick here. His Hearts look to start on the front foot after the turnaround.
Yeah, he's gone off the boil, Kizaridis, the last couple of months, but I thought on Monday night, I thought he'd done well. Obviously had the shot that hit the post for Kingsley to equalise. So it's... He needs to try and replicate the form he was showing early on, and if he can do that, Motherwell have got a problem on their hands. They're shooting into that big crowd behind the goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's all set up, isn't it, in the second half for Hearts. Of this corner on this near side, which has been taken short back to Spittle, arches the ball in, bounces in the box. Trying to get onto it there was Steinvender. He's kept it alive, forces it out wide right here. Kizaridis leaves it for Kingsley, who'd taken the corner. Leaves it for Kizaridis this time on the touchline. Stabs it back the way, and it's just is caught. And a yellow card will come for Steinvender, who was late there as it breaks down for the league leaders. And it stays 1-1.
It's a poor pass from Kizaridis outside of the foot. It's slack. Can just roll it back. The Kingsley, he does that, he tries to find, I don't know who was at the edge of the box, maybe Altena or whatever, but just not enough on it.
They're checking this, by the way, for a possible red. It's being held up at the moment.
So I thought you were going to say a penalty kick, because Craig Halkett was pulling the jersey as if he thought he'd been pulled. Look, he still got it. Craig Halkett thought he'd been pulled.
Then. They are checking something. It's not clear exactly what. Steinvender did go right through just, but seemed to me it was a yellow card all day long. And in fact, that check has been completed. So it's game on here at Fir Park. 2 minutes into the second half at 1-1. Short free kick taken by Welsh. Square to Watt, who pops up as he does regularly between the centre backs. Played to Gordon. Liam Gordon up towards halfway, right of the centre circle, into the Hearts half for Watt. Helps it on its way, wide right for Just. He's not going to get there. Findlay's there for Hearts, and he mops up with the left foot. The header from Slattery though, back towards the edge of the Hearts box. Side battling for it. Still he goes for it. Hearts emerge though with Kingsley over on the left side touchline, level with his own penalty spot. It's a long ball forward. Shankland looked like he was being held by Gordon there. Welsh turns it back to his keeper, scrambling it back to Callum Ward, who dinks it out to the far side. Makes off O'Donnell, and then Watt bounces between he and Spittle, I think it was, on the far side. It's played infield. Motherwell head clear. It's to Slattery in the centre circle, back to Watt. Long ball comes off Halkett, spins up into the air. Maswanise can't get anything on it to find a teammate, but it's been pinched back by Just. He gets there ahead of Altena, stabs it to Slattery. Now it's with Said, and out to that right hand side for Just. Out to the touchline it goes for Slattery, and then Watt, but it's a poor ball from Watt, which comes all the way through to Schwallow. It's Motherwell 1, Hearts 1. My goodness, this game's on a knife edge. For how long though?
The next goal's vital, isn't it? If Hearts hit the next goal, you can just sense the momentum will all swung with them, but Motherwell will get it. Then there's big question marks once again on this Hearts side.
Long from Schwallow, it's won there by Watt with a header. Maswanise will chase, Halkett will get there first, and he turns it up the line, high ball. Welsh is there for Motherwell as he sends it back into the Hearts half. Cushion header forward by Steinvender. Altena goes to ground, fouled by Priestman. Free kick to Hearts on this near side, just inside Motherwell territory. Referee telling Maswanisi to get out the way. Steinvender turns it back to Halkett, who squares it to Findlay. And back to Halkett on this near side. It's the same 11 starting the second half for Motherwell. Hearts forced into that change with Kizaridis replacing Leonard. It goes back to Schwolo. I did say towards the end of the first half it'd be interesting to see if it would be Devlin coming on, and then we'd know how long he's got in the legs for this one. Clearly too soon to be playing more than maybe half an hour. As Halkett picks up and finds Steinvender wide on this right hand side. We played 5 second half minutes at 1-1. Under the lights now here at Fir Park. Halkett spreads it to Findlay. Low ball with the left foot out to the far side touchline for Kingsley. It goes back to Schwolo. Short to Halkett. Hearts look to try and get some control on this game. Back to Schwolo again, and then Findlay back to his goalkeeper. Schwolo's clean sheet record's pretty good himself. He's got 12 out of 30. Up to the halfway line for Braga, who fires it forward, looking for Kizaridis, and it bounces all the way through to Callum Ward. Motherwell 1, Hearts 1.
So that was the problem Hearts have. It's Halkett, the Findlay, the goalkeeper, the Halkett. They don't have that forward pass, they don't have that movement and that rotation ahead of them that Motherwell have so good at. So they need someone to come and take the ball, otherwise Motherwell just sit off.
Watt forward to Just. Gets away from a couple of challenges, and Altena's brought him down. And he might be going into the book as well. Stephen McLean approaching him. It's just a warning. Free kick given, but no card.
Surprised at that.
Altena.
Yeah, surprised at that. And the benches are at each other now.
Derek McInnes down there, who's having verbals with Jens Bertalascu. Touchline in front of us. The position's just up to
they're over-cuddling each other.
Yeah, it's all's well again.
Yeah, I think Derek gave in there. Derek didn't fancy his chances against the big man.
On ball for Maswanisi, barged to the ground by Halkett, but no free kick. Cleared by Halkett out for a Motherwell throw-in on this near side. It's got a little bit of an edge to it this game. It's pulled back to Watt, and now Priestman. He goes back into his own half for Liam Gordon in the centre circle. Square ball for O'Donnell. Forward to Watt. Side foot ball, first time out to the far side touchline for Slattery. To Just. Barged off it by Altena. Did a good job there. Beningame manages to get it back from Spittle. Forces it forward to Braga. First time. It's a bit too much on it for Shankland.
Lovely play on that left hand side with Beningame and Spittle, but the pass is just too heavy from Shankland.
O'Donnell inside his own half, short ball to Watt. Watt looks up and bends it back out wide right there for Slattery. He's got the overlap from O'Donnell. Slattery uses him as the decoy, rolls it into the box. It's Maswanisi back to Saeed, shot to the back post. O'Donnell squeezes it in, but the flag's up against Stephen O'Donnell. But when you take it back a step or two there were chances there for Maswanisi and for Saeed before it broke to O'Donnell. It stays 1-1 on 53.
It's brilliant football, isn't it? Callum Slattery picks up the ball, Stephen O'Donnell takes off, drags Kingsley with him. Slattery comes inside, you're right. Maswanisi, maybe that tells you he's not in the right frame of mind. He hasn't scored enough goals maybe in the last kind of 7 or 8 games. Doesn't trust himself, sets it back to Saeed. Miskicks it, and Stephen O'Donnell looked offside. But we'll soon find out whether it was or whether it wasn't.
I mean, they're going through the checks right now, but it looked pretty cut and dried. Although we are hearing it's very tight, so might be tighter than we're actually thinking, but I think the decision's about to be confirmed that the offside was the correct call. So it will be game on, and Hearts survive. Stephen O'Donnell made a goal-saving block in that first half. A split second, he would have thought he put Motherwell back in front, but it stays 1 apiece on 53.5 minutes. There will be a free kick for Hearts, which Alexander Schwolo will take. Long with the right foot, into the Motherwell half it goes. Gordon wins the header, nods it forward. Slattery gives chase, Findlay with the header, out to Kingsley, gets it forward towards Braga. Cut out by O'Donnell. The far side's won back by Saeed. It's a strong challenge, but a fair one. Now it's for Saeed again, getting it back, going down, no foul. Hearts pick up this time. Kingsley, Hearts have a man down inside the Motherwell half as a result of the challenge from Saeed. Spittle's getting himself back to his feet now. No sympathy from the Motherwell supporters for Blair Spittle. As Watt pushes it forward there to Maswanise, he's on the turn, goes to the ground, gets back straight to his feet. Now he turns up against the Hearts defence and runs into Altena. The whistle's actually gone, it's going to get brought back for the Motherwell free kick.
Why does he not do that in the first half? Consistency for the referee. He doesn't do that, but he does it here.
That shouldn't have been blown, that's not a free kick. You either give it or you don't, lane for me.
Yeah. Motherwell have it, it's played over to the right for O'Donnell. Played infield to Watt. Watt looks to slip it forward here for Saeed. Maswanise ahead of him. Slattery's there too. Goes through his legs and Kizaridis sweeps clear. Now it's a Spittle. He's looking to get Braga away with a long ball down the left. Claudio Braga chasing after it. Chance here for one of their men of the season here. Braga rolls it behind Shankland and Watt's there, and Gordon gets it back to his goalkeeper. And it is cleared by Callum Ward. We're 10 into the second half. It is 1-1. And it's very much in the melting pot here. Here's Kizaridis on the near side. So he plays it back to Halkett, who then finds Steinvender on this near side. It's a long chip ball forward with the right foot. The header
that's a dangerous challenge.
Bad challenge, yeah. Really bad challenge, and the ref's going to have to sort this one out. Altena was completely wiped out there.
He has not given a free kick. I cannot believe that.
I have to say, I don't think I think it was an accidental collision. He doesn't go with us. It was two heads coming together.
Doesn't get the ball, Stephen. Doesn't get the ball, gets the player.
Yeah, Altena heads the ball and then heads Elliot Watt. I don't think there's any intent to go and injure the player. I genuinely don't from that angle coming in.
Well, I do.
No, I'm not.
I think it's a poor challenge.
Yeah, I mean, the Hearts players are just found out there's no free kick coming here. Kizaridis is down having a go at the assistant referee, Ross McLeod, on this near side. And it's the Motherwell man who's come off the worst there. Altena's got his arms outstretched at Stephen McLean. So, a bit of a let-off perhaps for the Steel men. Is it Elliot Watt that's down? Yeah, it's Watt's challenge.
There's a bit of needle in the game, a real bit of needle. And listen, rightly so, I think Jens Betelascu feels upset that he's not got the points that he probably should have. He even mentioned in his press conference about the Kabore, the head knock, the head,
the penalty,
Welsh kicking him on the head. So it's clearly upsetting him.
I think there's an edge to the game because Hearts are going for a title and Motherwell are going for Europe. Hearts win tonight, they're in the driving seat for the title. Motherwell win tonight, they're in the driving seat for Europe. So this is what we want. We want games with an edge at this time of the season.
I mean, if Hearts win this game tonight, Celtic have got to beat Rangers and come here and win just to get it to the last day. Hearts could win the title on Wednesday. What a carrot that is for them, should that come to pass, to be able to do it at home on Wednesday with a game to spare. As Gordon clears, they'd much rather not be going to Celtic Park, having to get a result, even a draw. Gordon checks it out for a Hearts throw-in. He knew he was under pressure from Shankland. It's midway inside Motherwell territory, over on the left side, the east stand side. The Hearts left as they attack the goal to the right in the second half. 57.5 on the clock at 1-1. Pulled back to Beningame, left of the centre circle, or onto the centre spot just about for Halkett. Turns it out to Steinvender, down the line for Kizaridis. Gives it away again. Altena with retribution, and what? Altena's going to be yellow carded here.
He's going to be, is he?
Yeah.
But it's a dreadful pass from Kizaridis initially. Again, he
two
flicks,
players he's got booked.
He flicks,
two players booked.
He just flicks it inside, willy-nilly. Horrendous.
He had an excellent start to the season, the first half of the season, Alexandros Kizaridis, but I mean, I don't know, does he hit the shot which came off the post, led to the Kingsley goal, does that go down as an assist?
Yeah, no, I get that.
He only had one goal involvement in 16 games going into that one, Alan.
Yeah, and now Altena's on a booking because of a poor pass from Kizaridis. You know, he's such a frustrating player, he's got all the talent.
Long ball forward from Ward, up towards Maswanise, easily beaten in the jump by Findlay, out to the near side, Kizaridis, it's better from him, flicks it infield for Beningame. Plays it to Spittle, goes back to Halkett. Halkett went a little bit too long in that, and he passed.
Halkett's done his cast.
Halkett's done his cast. He was on the stretch, and now he's in trouble. Craig Halkett is going to need treatment here, and we know of the injury problems that he's managed to avoid this season. But Hearts, right at the business end of the campaign, Halkett on the stretch, looks to be in a bit of bother here.
Yeah, you knew straight away. It's a poor touch, and then he hits the ball and he goes down. Straight away he knows.
stretching, isn't it? It all comes from his own heavy touch. And then he has to lunge and try and get the ball out, and he's just put a little bit too much pressure. It looks like his left calf. And you know when your calf's gone, there's a little pop. The pain's excruciating, so it'll be interesting to see whether he stays on or whether Frankie Kent comes on.
His problems, Alan, have been kind of hamstring or knee problems, really, haven't they, rather than calf issues? But
yeah, they have been, and he's had back problems as well, but that goes to your hamstring, your back, and that's the problem that you've got. I don't know if it's... You wonder if it's a pull or is it an impact injury?
Well, the way he's reacting, he's lying on the deck with his head in his hands there, covering his face at 1.2. So he obviously fears the worst, as will his manager. But as Stephen rightly says, they've got Frankie Kent, who's a more than capable deputy.
And they've also got Jamie McCart, but that would mean 2 lefties, which wouldn't be great.
I mean, with 3 games to go, the Hearts fans and Alan are all thinking they can win it.
Kent's coming on, by the way.
It was never going to be smooth.
No.
They've lost a player at half-time, Mark Leonard. They're potentially going to lose Craig Halkett. It was never just going to be turn up, win the game, win Wednesday night, we're champions. There was always going to be more questions, twists and turns, Liam.
The stretcher, and that doesn't look good for him at all. Stretcher coming on for Craig Halkett.
They've overcome some amount of adversity at times this season. With injuries, the length of time, Devlin and Shankland were out of the side. And you can hear the Hearts fans in the background singing Halkett's name. Been a mainstay this season.
You see Shankland going round them all now. They need to do more, they need to step up. Frankie Kent will come on and take that position. Not played a lot of football, Frankie Kent.
But before this season, the general consensus was Frankie Kent was the best defender at the club.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But Halkett had his injuries. Finlay wasn't here at all. So it was Halkett plus, probably with Kent as well, but then Halkett dropped out through injury. So yeah, he's more than capable, Frankie Kent. But it's coming into a game like this, the pace of the game like this, when you've not played a lot.
And your direct opponent's going to be Tawanda Maswanisi, who's going to look to run down the side. If he's going to look and if you are going to go man for man at times, you're going to have to cover the ground, you're going to have to anticipate it, you're going to have to read the game well. You can't get square with him, you can't get ahead of him, so there'll be a lot of things come through his mind.
I've got a still of the Stephen O'Donnell offside goal, by the way, which has just been given to me, and it is much, much tighter than I think you would have thought. Have a look at that. Very, very close. O'Donnell the ball in the net. It remains 1-1. Kingsley's own goal cancelled out before the break by Shankland. And Craig Halkett, unfortunately, has gone off on a stretcher, and that might be the last we see of him this season. And actually, heartbreakingly as well, Alan, we've spoken about this before.
Yeah, any chance?
World Cup.
Yeah, any. I'm hoping not, but he wasn't even in the last squad, Liam, so I don't think he would have gone anyway.
I would imagine he would have been in the 55 that Clark's announcing, I think, this coming week.
Yeah.
Kent comes on to replace him, but it seems incredible that he's not been involved this season, given what he's personally overcome with injuries and his consistency in performance, but what his team collectively are potentially about to do. But anyway, Motherwell have a throw up the pitch after Halkett's ball went out. It's over on the right with Saeed. 62, almost 63 on the clock at 1-1. Saeed wins the throw in again, over on that far side, Motherwell right. Bowled back by Slattery to Gordon. Now it's with Watt, pings the ball out to this left-hand side for Longelo. First time back to Welsh, looks up, bends the right foot cross in, it's away. There by Findlay, well left by Kent. Knew Findlay was there. Welsh heads forward. Kent comes off his head, and that's going to go behind for a cheap corner. And Swallow would have been getting onto that, but for Kent's intervention.
Yeah, just needed a shout behind him to leave it. It's just simple. No one there. Frankie Kent could have just left it.
Short corner taken to Longelo by Slattery, back to Watt, and now with Longelo again, rolls it to Slattery, he's at the byline, looks up, it's a chip ball back across, O'Donnell wins the header, it's over the bar, ripples the roof of the net, goal kick Hearts, 1-1 Fir Park on 63 and a half minutes. But mentally that would be tough for the Hearts players to have seen their teammate go down like that.
Yeah, but they can't feel sorry for themselves. Two guys, centre of the defence, centre midfield, Leonard in the first half, Halkett in the second half. Can't feel sorry for yourself. It's football. Get on with it. There's going to be injuries.
Swallow then with the goal kick. One apiece at Fir Park. Into the Motherwell half it goes. The header's won by Watt. Breaks to Findlay. Heads forward into the Motherwell half. Shankland's a cool header down there to Spittle. Back to Shankland. He goes for the spectacular. Hammers it well wide of the left-hand side. of the goal frame. He obviously felt it was worth the effort there. It stays Motherwell 1, Hearts 1.
I know Callum Ward's off his line most of the time, but that is outrageous if that goes in.
He scored one before, Lon Shankland, didn't he, from his own half? Was that
He scored at Dundee United.
It was for Dundee United, wasn't it? Yeah. Shooting down the hill as well. Always helps.
There's a chance for Shankland through the middle. They can find him. They have done. Shankland right hand side. It's another brilliant block. Liam Gordon this time on the stretch to deny Shankland, who wins the corner off the Motherwell defender. But it would have been very interesting to see where that right foot shot was going there from the Hearts skipper.
Yeah, but see, when you're talking about hitting the ball early, Callum Ward was on the penalty spot. He was way off his line. Shankland was trying to get the ball under control. I'm really surprised he didn't try and hit it first time. If he had recognised that, he would have, and I tell you, he would have scored.
Hearts have been lethal from corners this season. They've got another one here on their right side. He tapped the goal tonight. It's a low ball to Kizaridis. He's gone down in the box. He's rolling several times back outside the area. Play on for now. Altena's cross comes in, but Ward holds on way too close to the keeper, and it stays Motherwell 1, Hearts 1.
I don't see that. I didn't see that as a penalty at all.
The thing is, once you throw yourself to the ground in simulation, you have to stay down and try and make it look as if you're hurt. There's absolutely nothing wrong with him, and I hope the referee goes back and books him, because that's the protocol, is it not?
Here's Watt on the halfway line, left of the centre circle, out to this near side for Elijah Just. Up the line, Longelo bounces off Kizaridis, and it's going to break Altena's way, back to Kingsley, to Beningame, and then back to Kingsley again. Out to this near side for, they're going to stop the game here. They're going to stop the game for an on-field review for a penalty for Hearts. Possible Hearts penalty here. Well, the VAR team think this is a penalty, and Stephen McLean's coming over to look at it. Kizaridis fouled in the area. Kizaridis down there nodding his head at his bench. As Kizaridis came from behind the defender, got onto the ball. And the ref's over having a look at it after advisement from Greg Aitken. And he's going to look at a couple of angles here. Well, Alan didn't think it was a penalty on his look at it. He's trying desperately to see a replay of it. And he's getting a chance on a phone to see it now. So Kizaridis, was he clipped?
Yeah, he's clipped. Didn't think so at the time. It's up the far end, but it'll be 100 yards away from it. Didn't look at it, but he's certainly clipped.
Yeah.
As he cuts across him, the Motherwell player sees him late and clips him.
And the reason why I commented on the simulation is because play goes on, you think it's simulation, and he rolls about the ground. But if there is a kick, I haven't seen it. If there's a contact and it's forceful enough to put him down, then it will be a penalty kick. But remember, we want the threshold to be high for penalties.
No penalty. He disagrees with the VAR. Stephen McLean sticks with the on-field decision. No penalty, and it stays 1-1 as Derry McInnes points an accusing finger at the officials.
Incredible.
We want the threshold to be high for penalty kicks. If it's a little flick, if it's a brush, for me that's not enough. I'm saying that would happen.
Wait a minute.
Derrick's now going to get sent off. Yellow card.
Yellow for McInnes. I think...
Has anybody got the stats on how many times a referee's been called over and he's not given it?
Very rare. It is very rare. We're into the final quarter of this game.
It doesn't matter, is it really? If he thinks it's not a penalty kick. I quite like that. If Steve McLean is happy to stay with his on-field decision, which tells me it must have been subjective, he doesn't think it's a penalty. So there you go. Deal with it. We have to get on. More drama.
Well, how big a moment's that going to be come next Saturday? We'll see. Hearts attacking Kizaridis on this near side, and he wins the throw-in off Stevie Welsh, which is level with the Motherwell 18-yard line. Hearts look like they're in a hurry here. Altena to Kizaridis, back to Altena, rolls it back to Steinbender. Right to left of the centre circle it goes to Findlay. And out onto the touchline on the far side for Kingsley. Gets a second chance and he pushes it forward, gives it straight to O'Donnell, but Priestman gives it away. There's another bad challenge on the far side, and Hearts have a free kick. Oscar Priestman made an absolute mess of that. He's doing well to avoid a yellow card. Free kick Hearts for the foul on Braga.
We've had anything that we've not had in the game that goes on in football. This has been incredible drama. Absolutely incredible stuff.
It's Paul Sheeran who was booked rather than McInnes, by the way. Down there.
Does the manager not take the yellow? The manager has to take it.
I think the manager takes it for his coaching staff.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Not if they can identify the coach, is the understanding. So anyway,
one's got hair and one's not.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if it was Alan Archibald or Paul Sheeran. Then it's more difficult.
Well, it's one or the other.
Free kick Hearts in an attacking position, just about level with the edge of the Motherwell D. left of centre. Spittle's there. Kizaridis is there. Do they go for goal, or do they try and get this into the mix?
Finlay right at the back on Maswanisi.
Kizaridis steps over at Spittle into the box. Finlay with the header back across. There's a fresh ear swipe at it by Kent and Kingsley, and now it's Braga, and his efforts blocked as well as Motherwell try and clear. Altena picks up the scraps. Midway inside the Motherwell half, stabs it back to Beningame, plays it right to left of the circle for Kent. Hearts looking to get their noses in front, and we're on the cusp of the final 20 of the 90. Long ball to the edge of the area for Braga's header can only fall for Motherwell. We're a man down, no free kick. Slattery went down. Motherwell give it away. Hearts with Shankland, the edge of the Motherwell box. Being forced away from goal though, and he stabs it back to Finlay, who plays it into the centre circle for Kent. Out to Kingsley on the left side. 70 played, 1-1. Here come Hearts driving down the left. The cross ball comes in too deep, way too deep in the end. It was more positive play by Alexandros Kizaridis though, when that goes out of play on the reverse side, this near side, the Motherwell left for a throw into the home team. Motherwell 1, Hearts 1. Frenetic.
There's so much tension around, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
There's a nervousness on both sides. Both sides know how important the win is here tonight. It's translating onto the pitch. Hearts are in the ascendancy. They're trying to force the goal. Motherwell look really uncomfortable. Balls coming into their box. But at 1-1 and 20 minutes to go, they've still got a chance.
This is nowhere near the time Hearts score their goals in games like this though. They've had late goals woven through their DNA for season 25-26. They've left it a lot later than this. 71 played, it's 1-1. Motherwell did have the ball in the net for a second time, ruled out for offside. Stephen O'Donnell had the ball in the net, he was off. As Kent backtracks here under pressure from Maswanisi, gets it back to his goalkeeper. Follow takes a touch. Maswanisi wasn't far off making contact with a block there. Long ball, O'Donnell wins the header, now it's with Priestman. Out to Saeed wide on the right. Infield to Slattery, they're in the Hearts half. It's back to O'Donnell on the halfway line. Forward to Just, and then a ball out wide right's easily mopped up by Hearts, who clear. Long ball forward from Braga, goes straight to Gordon. Braga battling for it on the far side. It's going to be a Motherwell ball though, a throw in on the far side. Sounds like Braga's evening's over. It's going to be replaced by Pierre Landry Kabore. Alan Preston.
Yeah, a bit more physical presence up there. He's not had the best of games, Claudio Braga. It's not been his best night. He's worked hard, as you can imagine. But now it's a chance for a bit of power coming up there. Hearts will go long, I would imagine. It's Braga, what's going on?
He's trying to get off the pitch, but he doesn't want to walk past the Motherwell fans, so they're allowing him to come across the pitch and come off this side.
Fair enough.
I just feel there's a big moment in this game to come, whether it's a big decision, a big goal, a big mistake. It feels like one of those nights, Liam. Something's going to happen somewhere, and there's going to be drama all over it.
There's been so many big moments already in the match.
Well, I think
of the O'Donnell block, the penalty which VAR were wanting given, or at least were advising should be given, that was woven away by the on-field ref. The offside goal was tight, and there's still loads more to come, you would imagine. Stephen is saying almost in 73 minutes. 1-1 at Fir Park. Plenty going on out there. As it stands, of course, Celtic will have an opportunity to get back to within a single point if they beat Rangers tomorrow and Hearts draw this game. That might change the complexion slightly, though. Motherwell will have Celtic here in midweek, and here come the well with Just, doesn't quite get the break of the ball. Steinbender gets there first, turns it back low to Swallow, and clears high up to the halfway line. Elliot Watt goes back to Gordon, now it's with Watt again in the midfield. Forward it goes to Just, who danced the wrong way there. Comes to Beningame, now it's with Finlay. It's a long ball for Kabore to chase.
Good ball.
Made a big difference as Hearts won the game against Motherwell a few weeks ago. In comes the cross. Shankland can't get there. Welsh heads away. Altena picks up. Wide right for Kizaridis. Level with the penalty spot. Going for the byline. Good challenge from Longelo. Hearts corner though. 1-1 at Fir Park.
Yeah, that's what Kabore brings you. Anything hit over the top, he'll chase it, puts himself about. Sometimes his touch lets him down, but he's a willing runner.
And he changed the game at Tynecastle, didn't he?
Yeah.
He won the penalty, scored the goal, the third goal, so he's got a little bit of history in the fixture.
Just a few weeks ago it was. The clock ticks on to 74. Hearts have yet another corner in front of that southern end of Fir Park. He's jam-packed with maroon and white scarred-clad supporters. Comes back to Spittle, the low corner. Spittle bends it in, it's headed half away, breaks the edge of the box, the volley, goal, all off balance from distance, and it's sliced out and behind for the goal kick by Altena, and it stays Motherwell 1, Hearts 1.
I've got to say, from this point, Hearts look the most likely to get the goal. Motherwell are playing in straps going up the pitch. Hearts are the team forcing the issue, being more aggressive in their approach. So you just feel as if a goal's coming, it's going to come for Hearts.
Oh, and it's given away by Watt at the edge of the box. Chance for Hearts, maybe. Shankland finds Kabore. His shot's blocked by the goalkeeper at the near post, and it is swept to safety by Watt. Well, that's what he said. Was he offside? Yes, he was. Hearts free kick. Steinbender just pushing Tawanda Masmanise away. But we have got 15, probably closer to 20-25 minutes in truth, of the most action-packed, dramatic Scottish football you could wish to imagine here. 2 games left for these two after this. The Motherwell chasing Europe, Hearts chasing history. They've scored umpteen goals in the closing 15 minutes of games this season. In the closing 10, in the closing 5, sometimes after 90. As Kent goes long to the left side of the box, Kabore heads in, Gordon gets it half away, Spittle's chasing, he's pulled it back, he's in Edis and the header's wide! And it's a good bit wide in the end, and it stays Motherwell 1, Heart of Midlothian 1.
It just falls to the wrong man, I'm afraid. But Braga back in the net, Kazarida's not noted for his heading ability. Little guy's in the right place. Good ball in by Spittle, just hooks it on. Kazaridas with the flick header just wide of the target.
It's all Hearts.
And there we go again with the running through the middle.
Long ball forward from Ward, that's a push this time, is it? Yes, from Slattery on Findlay, goes to ground, Hearts and a free kick. Just before the midway point of their own half over on the left side. I think Johnny Katrumbis is going to be coming on for Motherwell. They're going to take off Saeed, Stephen Craigan.
Yeah, I think they just want maybe a bit more of a physical presence on that right-hand side to try and get up the pitch, because Saeed's having to do an awful lot of defending. Hearts are pushing, they're getting men forward. To bring more of a defensive player on so you can defend set plays for physicality, but also Johnny Katrumbis can travel up the pitch. So I think it's a sensible substitution. Motherwell have been under the cosh. They haven't really been able to get a foothold in the second half the way they want to, but sometimes you just got to mix it up.
And I think Hearts are going to bring Cammy Devlin on. And it will be Altena. Yeah.
Has to be Altena.
Yeah. That's the indication, certainly. Long ball forward there from Swallow, but he can only find touch over on the far side. It will be O'Donnell who will take the throw in midway inside his own half. Golden field to Slattery. Slattery's given it away straight to Spittle. He gives it away instantaneously, but as do Motherwell, and now Kabore driving on the left side. Gets it across, Shankland can't quite get there. Ward gets gloves to it on the deck, and Motherwell clear. Another chance for Hearts. Can't take it though. Motherwell looking to spring them on the counter with Slattery. Away from Altena, out wide right it goes. And back to Callum Slattery on the far side. Where is the next twist? It's most incredible of seasons. It was Stephen Welsh, low ball out to just on the near side and then back to Longelo. All in the Hearts half here. Priestman goes back to his keeper. It's midway inside his own half. Short ball to Gordon. 12 minutes of the 90 left. Welsh's dink ball forward's gone straight back into Hearts possession here with Altena, who will be coming off shortly. Back to Steinbender. And now with Kent. Forward to Benningham. He goes back to his goalkeeper. Swallow hits it first time into the midfield where Watt meets it with a head, but it's going to drop kindly for Findlay. Findlay's going to go long here, looking for Kabore in behind. O'Donnell standing his ground, flicks it back to his goalkeeper, and he gets it clear first time. Does Ward. Kent's going to dump it back forward here to the edge of the Motherwell box. Gordon heads away. In the middle of the pitch, just opening up a little bit. It's just as caught there. He was caught by Findlay, and he's been booked. And Motherwell have a free kick right in the centre circle inside their own half. And it's going to be a double change. It's going to be Jamie McCart coming on as well. Of course, his dad here, an absolute legend at this football club.
many times does Elijah just get kicked in the game? I think that's the third Hearts player who's been booked for kicking him. He just always seems to get his toe in at the right time, and the Hearts player can crumb in. But I've got to say, Kabore has made a massive difference for Hearts. He's given them so much pace and running power, and he's causing Motherwell all sorts of problems.
It's taken a while to win the Hearts fans over, hasn't he? As Motherwell come forward down the right side. Just infield it comes. Katrumba's poor ball. Try to find Priestman. He's put it straight behind for the goal kick. And we are knocking on the last 10 minutes of the 90 here, Alan. You've been in this movie before many times this season.
Yeah, you know, and Hearts have managed to do it, but you know what, Motherwell's still very, very dangerous. Just as Hearts are going to make this double change, I wonder who's going to take off. They'll take Kingsley off, put McCart on.
3 times in derbies this season, Hearts have come up with very late winning goals. They've done it in countless other matches as well. Livingston at Dundee United, just regular for them as Kizaridis picks up on the right, moves infield to the edge of the Motherwell box and gives it away. Maswanise comes away with it for Motherwell, driving forward here. Forward it comes to Just. Easy to dance out to this near side under pressure from Kizaridis, and it's gone out of play for a throw-in. The linesman says it's Motherwell. Stephen McLean's overruled him though. Stephen McLean on the same page as Alan Preston.
Yeah, that's rightly so, he hits it off him. But again, Kizaridis slack pass again. It's an easy ball. Really slack.
Throw in Hearts. Will they make the double change now? Sterry McInnes make the change. Doesn't look like it. Steinbender is over the throw on this near side. Those Hearts supporters, what's there, about 4,000 of them in behind the goal there. Really sucking it into the net themselves as Steinbender launches the long throw in down the right side. Headers one in the air by Watt. It's broken here for Longelo, flicks it clear only as far as Spittle. Forward it comes Kabore, looking for Kizaridis at the byline. He's managed to dink it into the Motherwell box, and Welsh slices it behind for another Hearts corner. They are pushing, are the league leaders.
It's been all Hearts the last 5-10 minutes. They really have been pushing forward here. Set plays have been vital for them, over 20 goals from set plays.
How they'd love one now. In swinging corner for Hearts on this near side, and it comes a good delivery. It's flicked away though, breaks the edge of the box. Spittle gets there first, nods it towards goal. The goalkeeper will come out and hold on. Motherwell so keen to avoid what happened at Tynecastle against Hearts a few weeks ago. Long ball for Maswanise to chase Altena, misjudged it. Hearts have a man down, the ref's happy with the challenge. Maswanise's in the Hearts box, he's gone down. Was he tripped? Was he tripped? Was Maswanise tripped there? The ref doesn't think so. Hearts get it clear. It was Steinbender's challenge. The long ranger's wide, it's a goal kick. It stays 1-1 on 82 minutes. But they're going to check that one, Stephen Craigan.
I have to say, I wasn't sure if he stumbled or whether he miscontrolled the ball. My instinct was there was nothing. I didn't think there was contact. I know there was a bit of a furore because Hearts had a penalty shot at the other side, but my initial instinct was no. I thought he went down too easy. I don't think there was contact, but we'll find out in due course.
No, I think that Maswanise kicks a Hearts player, to be honest, but you never know. You need to see what the referee decides here.
Yeah, Alan's had a chance, I think, to see a replay of it. My goodness, the tension is unbearable for the Hearts fans up the other end, who won't have the opportunity to see a replay.
I told you there was a big moment, Liam looming somewhere.
Well, it was 2 Hearts players. It was Beningame, no penalty.
I think
no penalty.
Again, we want the threshold to be high. That's not enough for a penalty kick. We want the threshold to be high, so it's clear contact. There's a little bit of coming together, but not enough for him to fall in that manner.
I thought Steinbender handled it on the way through as he slipped. I think it catches his right arm.
So what it was a chance for Maswanise, big time. Welsh clears from the long ball forward by Hearts. Kent wins the header on the halfway line ahead of Maswanise. Kizaridis heads it in field. Spittle's rifled it forward. Shankland is going to chase it down towards the corner flag. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. As he prevented the goal kick. Is it a throw-in? Looks like a goal kick's given. Just taken quickly by Ward. 84 just about played. One apiece at Fir Park. He's on the knife edge. The precipice here. Longelo down the line for Maswanise. Flag stays down. Maswanise attacking the Hearts box. He's inside the area now. Maswanise shoots. He's all off balance. It's well wide. It's a goal kick. to Hearts. There was no offside flag coming there. It stays 1-1, 84 minutes. And from a Hearts point of view, at the risk of conceding at the other end, Alan, how much do they push for a winning goal here?
Well, you're better getting 1 point than nothing, so you've got to be careful. Make sure you're tight at the back, and if an opportunity arises, hopefully you can take it. You know, I think that 1 point, you just never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Is it a draw tomorrow at the Celtic Rangers game? Can Rangers win? Rangers might, although mathematically are not out of it yet.
Yeah, we need a Hearts win for that to be the case. Ward dinks it out to the far side for Motherwell. The header infield by Slattery. Faceman can't get there. Slattery has actually popped up on this near side. It was Katrumbis on the Motherwell right as it's picked up by Kizaridis on this near side. Dinks it forward into the Motherwell box. Looking for Kabore. It's going to break for the big striker on the turn. Oh, he's gone in. That didn't look great either. My goodness, there's been some amount of challenges going in. And it's another one on Elijah Just.
That's who?
Inside his own box, free kick Motherwell.
Spittles,
85 played, 1-1.
Now down with cramp. Changes galore coming, Liam, all the best.
Oh, it's Callum Hendry and Regan Charles-Cook coming on for Motherwell. Hendry actually had the ball in the net against Hearts when they were here last time, but it was ruled out after a VAR check. So Charles-Cook is going to replace Just. So that was the last challenge on the Kiwi for the evening. He comes off and he's replaced by Charles Cook. Callum Hendry is going to come on for Maswanise for these closing minutes. The Hearts changes are going to be made as well, and it will be Kingsley off, McCart on, no surprises there. And we understand it will be Devlin for Altena. In fact, Spittles, and they've obviously changed it because Spittles done. Anyway, 86, I ask you the same question, Stephen. If you're Derek McInnes, how much do you push for a winner here?
I think you have to, because you know then the title's in your hands potentially on Wednesday night. So don't just sit and think, well, we'll take the point. If you have to put another centre forward on, you've got to put a centre half forward. Why not, Liam? You only get one chance. You might not get one chance to win this title. It could be tonight.
You've also got to say, though, Stephen, a point might be vital. We could still win it on Wednesday night with a point.
Yeah, Celtic, well, we don't know what's going to happen with Celtic tomorrow.
I think it'd be flipped if Celtic,
got to come here.
If Celtic were playing here tonight in this situation, what would they be doing? I think Celtic would go after.
So Hearts have that
Hearts
mentality. Yeah. Long ball from Ward then, right down the throat of the pitch. Headed away by Kent. Back forward by Welsh. Just about 3 minutes and the 90 left. One apiece. Hearts win it back with Beningame. It's a foul on Devlin. He's level with the edge of the centre circle in his own half here, right to centre. Devlin over the free kick. They'll need him for their last two matches. Falkirk at home, then Celtic Park next Saturday. What's going to be riding on that game? That's the big question when Hearts go to Celtic Park. Do they go there to win the title? Do they go there for a guard of honour? So wait and see. Still, you feel something in the air tonight. Follow with a long ball, headed away by Gordon. Hendry has it in the far side for Motherwell. Long ball forward. Charles Cook's going to chase after it, and they have to be careful there as he kept it in play. Not quite. Devlin threw himself to the ground hoping for a free kick that wasn't coming, so he's fortunate Charles Cook couldn't keep it in play. Charles Cook finds Hendry on the far side looking to win at least a corner. He's kept it in play, and then out it goes for a throw into Motherwell, about level with the Hearts 6-yard line on the east stand side. The Motherwell right as they attack the goal to the left. 88 on the clock. Motherwell 1, Hearts 1.
My worry is a back post with Kizaridis on Longelo.
Huge danger, Longelo. As Rangers found out, as Hearts actually found out at Tynecastle a few weeks ago. Liam Gordon's come up as well. O'Donnell with a long throw into the Hearts box, looking for a sting in the tail and to boost Motherwell's European chances. In from O'Donnell, it's come off a Hearts head, away by Kent, breaks the edge of the box, the volley is blocked. Motherwell adamant by a hand, a Hearts hand. They've still got it though. Longelo on the near side, pinched off him brilliantly by Kizaridis, who then turns it into Devlin, who finds Kabore, finds Shankland, and suddenly it's open up for the league leaders here, looking for the late show again.
Kabore's going to get bugged.
Altena, but the ref's whistle's gone.
Yeah, off the ball, he runs in. I think it's Liam Gordon he runs into.
He clips him up, I think. He clips his hands and pulls his jersey. I just think to myself again, it's needless. Your team are on the counter attacking. Steve McLean, I don't think, deals with it well enough. It's a yellow card. If it goes the other way, it's a yellow. We don't want to see it given, but it's needless from Kabore. He also had the foul on Elijah Just as well. But I tell you what, that shot was it. Elliot Watt had the shot. That was flying, and you could hear the slap up here. We've got headphones on. You hear the slap. I don't know if it hit Frankie Kent in the face or the chest, but wow, that was moving.
Yeah, Motherwell were adamant that there was going to be handball in there, but the VAR team are okay with it. Anyway, 30 seconds of the 90 minutes to play, and there will be no fewer than 8 minutes of stoppage time. 8 minutes. Long ball from Callum Ward, long with the right foot. Hendry heads on, breaks the edge of the area, but it's going to be swept to safety by McCart. Stad, a Scottish Cup winner here in 1991. Kizaridis trying to run forward. It comes off Watt and out for a Hearts throw-in. See how quick Hearts are to play the ball here. There's confirmation of the 8 minutes, so everyone in Fir Park knows there's 8 minutes left. We're into the first of them. One apiece. Throw in Steinvender to Shankland, back to Steinvender. It's an up and under into the central position. Altena beaten to it by Priestman, and Motherwell clear through. Watt comes all the way through to Swallow. Nobody's leaving this one early. Long ball forward, the header away by Priestman under pressure from Shankland. Worked out as Hearts pick up the loose ball to Kizaridis. Wide on the right, bends the cross ball into the back post, and nobody there for Hearts though. Katrumbis heads out for a Hearts throw-in. Wide in the left, level with the Motherwell 6-yard line.
Well, the big guys are going up. Who's got the long throw-in? Now that Kingsley's off, there's nobody really with a long throw-in.
I think they're all looking around to see who it is.
I don't think Jamie McCart's got that in his armoury, to be honest.
Well, we'll soon find out. No one knew James Tavernier had a long throw for 10 years.
That's true.
Ref having to sort a little bit of verbals in the box involving Stuart Findlay and a couple of Motherwell players. And Liam Gordon's there, one of them. And Slattery's the other. Unusual for him to be involved with the officials. We've played one of the 8 minutes, one apiece. Hearts looking for a winning goal that could make all the difference when it comes to the box. Findlay works it back out wide left. The cross comes back in. Beningame in the 18-yard line, heads it along the 18-yard line. O'Donnell picks up, gives it away. Tries to bring Kizaridis down. Kizaridis chasing after. He's in the box. He pulls it back. They've prevented the corner somehow. As it comes
that's
out
going to be a yellow card, surely.
He ends up the line to Charles Cook. He's midway inside the Hearts half here, maybe being forced back towards the halfway line now. Out it goes for a throw into Motherwell. Stephen O'Donnell, I mean, there's no holds barred there. He's not even being spoken to after all that.
What is it? I don't get the referee, if I'm being brutally honest there. That's a yellow card all day long.
No attempt to play the ball.
None whatsoever.
No. And then you have to realise that how high was he? Was there a bit of force? Was he endangering the safety of an opponent? That could potentially go red, but the referee team haven't looked at it at all.
Motherwell have it here with Liam Gordon just outside the centre circle. 2 of the 8 minutes have gone. Watt back to O'Donnell. Goes back to his goalkeeper. Ward at the edge of his box. Short ball to Welsh. Hits it long with the right foot. They've scored some late goals themselves, Motherwell, this season. And that's cleared all the way through. It comes. Shankland was in an offside position, so Welsh takes control and rolls it back to Callum Ward. What's the top of the league going to look like in 6.5 minutes? It's played short to Watt. Out to the right side it goes to Gordon. Short ball again to Elliot Watt. He's in a very deep position, chips it forward with the right foot to the halfway line. Hearts win the header with McCart. They've been excellent again in the second half of Hearts. They've not managed to find that winning goal yet. Still time. Altena looking for Kabore. He's asking too much of him though, as he sails behind for the goal kick. Derek McInnes turns, puts his hands over his face in frustration. Motherwell goal kick, which they've taken quickly. Remember, Hibs won earlier at Falkirk 3-1, which has put the pressure on the Steelmen. Loose ball in the midfield, they get away with it. Hendry to Charles Cook, goes down, no foul by Kent. Now it's Kizaridis in the centre circle to Devlin. Back it comes here to Steinvender. Ball forward, yeah, it's a tired looking ball. Longelo's onto it, kills it on the chest, takes it up this left side. Longelo, infield it comes to Slatic. Another kind of tired looking touch there by the Motherwell number 8 as it bounces off him and back to Swallow. It clears first time, long ball up to the halfway line. It's off the head of Gordon, breaks back to Devlin. And we're coming up to the end of the 4th minute of the 8 that were added on at the end here. Motherwell 1, Hearts 1. Kizaridis goes down, fouled, free kick, Watts challenge, Hearts free kick, level with the edge of the centre circle, about 8 yards from this main stand side touchline in the Motherwell half. I'll look to see if this is a red as well. So they're going to have to wait. In fact, that check has survived.
It's amazing how it can almost be a red, yet the referee doesn't even get a yellow.
It doesn't give O'Donnell the yellow for it's a horrendous challenge.
Free kick Hearts. Devlin over it, right-footed, free kick into the box, left-hand side of the area. It's the Hearts head, it wins. It's away by Motherwell though. Through Watt, Devlin has it out wide to Kizaridis. He's attacking Charles Cook. It's the cross. It's a good one. It's headed away importantly by Stephen Welsh. Fabulous. Stephen and Cragen enjoyed that one. The former centre half beside me. Hearts have a throw in. McCart's over it. 5 of the 8 minutes have come and gone now at 1-1. Bowled back to Steinwender. Left of the centre circle. He finds Devlin. Devlin looks up. Hearts having to go to the end again. The ball into the box. Slight challenge. Yeah, he won the ball. Yeah. To be fair, on the far side to McCart, but it's going to be a Motherwell free kick inside their own area, and it stays Motherwell 1, Hearts 1.
You see, at this point, both managers are helpless. They're just thinking, hoping someone can produce a bit of magic. Motherwell can hang on, Hearts can get the goal, whatever it may be. They can shout, they can wave, they can do all they want. The players are drained mentally, physically. They've been through an awful lot. So both managers' heart rates must be racing. I'll tell you, they must be pumping, because I'm not too sure there's an awful lot more they can do.
Well, mine is, and I've not got a skin in this game. A long one for Kabore to chase. Gordon's behind it, nods it back to his keeper. How's Alan Preston feeling?
I mean, you wouldn't like to see my heart rate at the moment, let me just tell you that.
It's been quiet for 2 minutes, that tells you all you need to know.
Long ball, Motherwell comes all the way through to Findlay, goes back to his goalkeeper who clears first time with the right foot. Follow into the Motherwell half. O'Donnell takes it down, works it out wide right to Katrumbis, infield to Priestman. Priestman under pressure goes down and wins the free kick. We're in the final 2 minutes of the stoppage time that was added on, the minimum of 8. We're 6 into it. Motherwell 1, Hearts 1. Flicked over to this left side to Welsh, who finds Longelo on the near side in his own half. Into Hearts territory for Charles Cook, back to Longelo, infield to Watt, long ball, looking for Hendry, headed away, and it's a good header by Findlay, nods it across his own box, and it's cleared by Kent. Kabore wins the header, but drops for Watt. He goes down and wins the free kick, and Hearts are running out of time. If they want to come up with another act of escapology here, they've managed to come from behind to pick up an extra 6 points in their last 3 league games. They could be so important, but they've only got 1 minute of the stoppages left to try and repeat the trick here. The header from Steinwender towards the halfway line. Longelo gets onto it. Now it's Charles Cook driving down the left side. The Hearts going to face a taste of their own medicine here. Charles Cook left of the Hearts box, the left angle of the area, gets the cross in, headed away by Kent. Priestman wins the header, back towards the edge of the box. Kent heads clear. Charles Cook trying to emerge with it, and it's he who commits the foul on Devlin, and Hearts have a free kick at the edge of their own area, and they are in a hurry to take it. Motherwell aren't letting them. Can they force one last opportunity?
This is it. This is it. But 15 seconds left. It's all or nothing now.
It might be 1 point isn't enough for Hearts. We'll know that next Saturday. Follow, long ball with the right foot, out to the left-hand side. It sails over the head of McCart and out for a throw-in. And that will be that. All 8 minutes have come and gone of stoppages. And Stephen McLean blows the final whistle. And how important will the 2 points Hearts have left on the floor here in Lanarkshire be come the end of this season, which is just a week away? They couldn't find the late winner this time. A high-octane match here, one that we expected. We've seen Hearts come from behind. Once again, the 4th game in a row they've had to. Only this time, they can't find all 3 points. They trailed through that Kingsley own goal as he knocked into his own net from Longelo's low ball in from the left in that first half, with Shankland's 19th of the season ultimately salvaging a point here. as he scored on the rebound. There was plenty of action and drama to go alongside those two strikes though. O'Donnell's block from Shankland with the scores blank early on when he looked like putting Hearts in front. The Kizaridis penalty appeal that went to a VAR check. Stephen McLean stuck with his on-field decision though. There were penalty appeals after that at both ends. O'Donnell had the ball in the net in the second half. Ruled out for a marginal offside. As Motherwell pick up a point in their battle to finish fourth. Hibs have gained 2 on them this weekend though by virtue of their win at Falkirk earlier. As the Hearts fans salute their team. It's another game without defeat post-split. But will it be a point gained or 2 dropped? As Celtic lock horns with Rangers tomorrow at midday. Hearts have gone 4 clear, knowing a Celtic win tomorrow would take it down to a solitary point with 2 to play. Celtic would then come here. That's not going to be an easy game for them by any stretch. Hearts still will have the opportunity potentially to win the title on Wednesday before they have to go to Celtic Park. If they don't, it will be a shootout in Glasgow's East End a week today for the Scottish Premiership title at the end of this pulsating season 2025-26, which going into its closing week still has plenty of drama to unfold, plenty chapters to be written. It finished here with Celtic eyes lighting up slightly, you would feel. Motherwell 1, Heart of Midlothian 1.
Motherwell